Welcome, welcome, welcome. Tap the screen, tap the screen. One second. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Okay. Today's prompt is single moms are the least desired. Now, why do I say single moms are the least desired? You would think that for Fefails, it would be obvious why they are the least desired, especially when they become single moms. And it's interesting when you have men like Cam Newton, who clearly does not even care about traditional standards, but somehow even he acknowledges that when a woman has a child, she loses value. So when a female decides to be a baby mama and allow this random guy, random boyfriend, whoever this man is that was able to clap her cheeks, make her into a single mom. And I wouldn't even say make her into one, because initially she chose to open her legs. She chose to be promiscuous. She chose to have no type of standard when it comes to who she wants to interact with. Of course, having children is going to lower your value. And I don't agree with a lot of things that Cam Newton says, but that is one thing that is very consistent. When a female does have a child, she loses value. You lose your value when you become a single mom. Okay, so we have the dragon fruit. Welcome, the dragon fruit.
Hello.
Yes, hello. Can you please address the prompt?
Yes, does it show my profile picture or is it gray?
No, yeah, I can see your profile picture on the panel.
Okay. So, are you saying that her having a baby lowered her value, or her dealing with Cam Newton lowered her value?
Okay, so I'm talking about single moms in general lose their value when they have children.
It depends on the man, though, right?
No, it has nothing to do with the man.
So you think that Cam Newton is a high value man?
No, I never said I think Cam Newton's a high value man. What I am saying is, though, what Cam Newton said about single moms is 110% correct.
So what makes you value Cam Newton's opinion? He's a loser. I mean, he has money, but he's a loser.
I don't necessarily value his opinion. I just understand logic and truth. So a lot of people who maybe don't even live up to truth still speak truth. What he's saying aligns with truth. It doesn't matter who he is or what he does or how degenerate he acts. What he said is still the truth.
Okay, I think the reason why I'm saying this is because my mom, she just got married and she was a single mother. She actually upgraded from her ex-husband. So I'm like, when I hear conversations like this, I'm like,
Yeah, so
because she actually upgraded.
okay, yeah.
And I kind of had your talking points. I used to think, oh, she's not gonna find a man. I feel so bad for her, but she found a guy greater than her ex-husband.
Clearly not if she couldn't get it right the first time. The only thing I'm hearing is she found a simp who couldn't be able to get a woman that is childless. See, the woman that he really wanted, when your mom was single and childless, she was never going to be attracted to that man. The only reason why your mom went for that man is because she was desperate enough to find someone to be with, essentially.
No, I mean, they're about the same age. He's like 53 and she's 51, and he like makes more money. He's more handsome and everything. Like, I'm very happy for her.
It doesn't change the fact that he was desperate enough to go for a single mom. Anyone that chooses to be with someone that has a child involved or is someone that isn't consistent with their standards, it does show desperation. It doesn't change the fact the man is a simp. Especially at 50.
I think they simp for each other, though. They're like madly in love.
Is he a baby? Does he have children himself?
He does, but they're older.
Okay, now that makes sense because he is also a baby dad. So that would make sense. Failure would be with failure.
Failure would be with failure. Okay. I wouldn't say that's a fail. I think getting knocked up by Cam Newton is a fail. I agree with you.
I think getting knocked up by any man and not being in a marriage with him and having a fulfilling marriage is failure. Doesn't matter who it is.
Yeah, but I think Cam Newton for sure is a loser, man. I don't think you're quoting him like he's like a reliable source, and I'm like, why is she Cam Newton? Why? Like, he's a loser.
It doesn't matter. Well, the reality is, you may think he's a loser. I may not even value the man that he is, but the truth is, he's able to actually attract loads of females, regardless of whether you think he's a loser. He was able to impregnate multiple women. I mean, how much of a loser is he really if loads of Fefails are throwing their coochie at him? And I just want to greet everyone.
Are attracted to him.
And I just want to greet everyone on YouTube as well. Hello. Thank you for joining me. Yes. So
he's not attracting the best of the best. He's attracting the easiest, throwaway chicks. He's not getting the top of the top. Come on.
It doesn't matter whether he's getting the top of the top. The reality is, Fefails are still throwing their coochie at him. So what does that say if a man is able to have as many coochie as he wants? What does that really say about him? Does it really shout loser if so many women want to sleep with him?
Yeah, they're trying to get pregnant by him to take his money.
So then he's not really much of a loser then, is he, if he's that successful that women want to trap him?
Yeah, they don't love him. They don't want to be with him. They want his pockets. He's a loser. If someone doesn't like you for who you are naturally and they just want your assets, you're a loser. Your personality sucks. And nobody likes you. They like what you have.
That's not really a loser. If you are successful, and the fact that the reality is majority of Fefails don't like men for who they are. That's really the reality, because if they did, then they would have never ended up being single moms. So majority of Fefails don't even like men like that. They just want to use them most of the time or extract what they have. That's really normal. The reality is Cam Newton.
Yeah, that's true. I agree.
Cam Newton, I wouldn't necessarily call him a loser. He is an affluent man who is able to have as many access of women that he wants. Even if they don't,
he can't have any woman that he wants.
He has access.
That's not true.
Well, majority, he has access to majority of Fefails than majority of men do.
Yeah, but he doesn't have access to majority of women. There's millions of women that wouldn't even touch Cam Newton because he's a loser.
No, majority of Fefails would definitely open their legs to Cam Newton. Let's be for real.
Sure, Fefails, sure. Yeah, but not real women.
Yeah, and there's not a lot of them.
Not strong, beautiful, top-notch women want Cam Newton. I'm sorry.
No, beautiful, top-notch women will definitely throw their coochie at Cam Newton.
No.
Yes.
Not women with any self-esteem.
I think
she's a loser if you're dealing with Cam Newton.
I think majority of Fefails have low self-esteem. So you're really talking about the majority. Majority of them are that. Majority of women majority of Fefails have low self-esteem. That's why they wear makeup. That's why they wear weave. That's why they either get work done. That's why they look like 304s. Majority of Fefails today have low self-esteem.
Yeah, but how is Cam Newton like winning by having smex with BBL fake girls? How
I
is that a win? How is that
it's
a W?
it's winning in a sense where he is able to exercise his options. In that sense, he's able to enjoy as many Fefails as he wants. That's the truth. Majority, a lot of
Okay, but
men.
anybody can have multiple options.
No, they can't. That's actually the biggest lie that you've actually told. Not every
If you're
man.
attractive, you got options.
That's not true. Just money than just looks. That's the truth. So you being attractive doesn't necessarily mean you're going to get more options.
Yes, but Cam Newton is a trick though. He's a trick. They only want to be around him to trick him for his money. He's a trick for life. That's a loser. Come on.
No, I understand what you're saying, but at the end of the day, he is still who he is.
He's
He's
a
not.
trick.
Is not. The reality is, right, whether he's a trick or not, he's not just this useless, to some extent now maybe, but he's not just this random affluent man. Okay, he's also a athlete. He worked his way to where he's at. So you need to understand, I wouldn't just box him into just being a loser. He worked for what he has. Now hold on. For the type of man that he is, I understand. He doesn't value traditional values. He definitely sleeps around. But the truth is, majority of Fefails are not going to open their legs for a loser. They're not going to do that.
Yes, they would. Yes, they would.
If they would, then the truth is they wouldn't be so, how can I say this, picky. If that was true, then the 80-20% rule wouldn't matter. If that was true, then a lot of women wouldn't be picky on dating apps. Even dating app stats say that women only choose 20% of men on dating apps. So clearly, they're not just picking any type of loser.
Okay. Well, I kind of agree with you, but then I don't because I have my own anecdotal experience with my mother getting married. So, and I see single women getting, single mothers getting married. So I just,
Yeah, but your mother got married to another baby dad. I don't really see that as some type of fruitful relationship. They both have broken homes. They both have degenerate children. It doesn't. It's not fruitful. It's not a healthy household. It's two failures getting together.
so you don't think there's any room for redemption in life or?
I think if you are choosing to have children, then you have to commit not only to the person you're having children with, but also to the children by sustaining that relationship and getting married to them. Or don't have
Well,
children. If
see,
you can't be able to commit to a family, then just don't have children.
in my mom's previous marriage, her husband was very abusive to myself, my brother, and our entire family.
Say AB, please.
Okay.
Say AB, please. Yeah.
So yeah, he was abusive to myself, my brother, and the rest of us. So we got out. He tricked us. He presented himself to be this great person and loving guy, but then he switched. So then she
Okay,
divorced
so
him.
in
Then she
this case,
divorced him. She tried everything she could. She went to therapy. We went to the pastor. We went to every source, and it didn't work.
okay, so in this case, I don't talk about victims. I don't talk about anyone that's been through AB. So you could just really close that chapter for me.
Okay, well, I'm just saying that my mom thought she found a guy that she could live the rest of her life with, but he changed.
Yeah, the truth, like I said, I don't talk about victims. And a lot of times when I'm talking to women or females, Fefails, whatever, when I'm talking, a lot of times it's always centered around AB. And I try to get away from that because then we're not having real conversations anymore. It's just about victims. So I'm not talking about victims or what victims go through, because the reality is I don't know how much of a victim she really is or isn't. So I just stay away from that conversation because no one is really talking about victims when they're having these type of conversations.
Okay.
So outside of that, single moms are still the least desired and they lose value when they have children.
I don't fully agree with that. I think value is not, it's not something that is for us
Thank you, Skrilla. Thank you,
to
Moneywave.
decide. Are you a believer of a higher power?
I don't really talk about religion too tough or God either, but I will just answer yes.
Okay. Because like I'm a single mom, I'm a single dog mom. So I don't think I don't have any
You're a single
value.
dog mom.
Yes, I have a dog and I have another dog, and the guy that I'm dating, he calls himself a dog dad. Like, we're single parents. That that title single parent doesn't take away my value.
You sound a bit crazy, so you have no children.
I don't have any children, but I'm just trying to I don't want you to think that they lose value. I think that's just disgusting.
They do though. I mean, if you didn't value your own, so if you give your body, because when you have a child, you really, it's probably like the one of the most, it's probably the biggest sacrifice a woman can make with her body. Could we agree there?
Absolutely.
Okay, then. So when you have sacrificed your body, because what anything could happen really. So you are sacrificing your body to give birth to this child. The reality is, if this man did not honor you and make you into a wife, you've lost value because you've sacrificed for really no reason. You've given your body to this man for no reason. You've given your womb to this man for no reason. So there is going to be value lost in that.
You don't view children as blessings. You view them as devaluers.
It's not that I don't view children as blessings, although when children are raised in broken homes, they don't really become blessings. They become menace to society.
Okay.
If you take a look at the stats, majority of criminals, majority of single moms, everything that is degenerate in society is usually raised by a single mom. So
Well,
yeah,
that's
children are
not
blessings,
true.
but how much of a blessing is it? That is true. Majority of sons and daughters come out degenerate when they're raised in a fatherless household.
I actually know that stat, and you're incorrect. The real stat is that most kids who go to prison, they go because their father went to. They're like following in their father's footsteps 99% of the time.
And most of that comes from a single mom household. You just given me a single mom household. If the father's incarcerated, that's a single mom household.
Yes, but it's because he's mimicking his dad. The dad's behavior is the influence.
So it's a single mom household. So it goes back to the woman. Why did you sleep with a criminal? You didn't have to sleep with a criminal. You didn't have to be with a criminal.
That's true.
I mean, you've lost your value just there itself. Like, why did you think it was okay to lay down with a criminal?
Yeah, that's true. Yeah. And I was joking when I was talking about the single mom being a dog mom and stuff like that, but That was a joke, but yeah, okay. You make
Yeah, well,
some good
yeah.
points. You make some good points. But I just think that you're just being so black and white when life is more gray.
How will it? Shouldn't it be simple? Like conceiving is simple, having intercourse is simple. So why isn't becoming a single mom simple?
Well, here's the thing. You said that why would she sleep with a criminal, right? If if she saw her if her dad was a criminal, then she's that's who she's going to be attracted to. If the men
Okay,
in
so
her community, if all well, let's just talk about black right now. If she sees a lot of black men in the
say be
community
okay,
being
please.
criminal,
Be okay.
okay, BLK. If this girl sees a lot of BLK men in the community doing crime, and her daddy was a criminal, then that's gonna be her type. That's all she sees.
Then she is going to lose her value when she has children. I mean, the truth is, right, is we are in a day of age where people can have choices. Okay, we all have choices in life. And you also have the choice to make better choices. You also have the choice to learn how to make better choices. So I understand that maybe your environment wasn't the best, but that shouldn't dictate the choices that someone makes. So if it does, then really that's just who you was. That's just who you are. That's not
Okay,
really
well,
your environment anymore.
do you agree that BLK men leadership is lacking?
No, I don't think BOK men leadership is lacking. I think what's lacking is BOK women are not submitting to BOK men.
What do you mean by that?
What I mean is, if BOK women listen to BOK men, then there will be less single mom household.
So what are black men instructing black women to do? Or
BOK
BLK, sorry.
is okay. They're instructing them to keep their legs closed and focus in your prime years to find a good husband and
Okay, well,
be
we're
with that
doing
man
that
and
though,
commit
because
with that man.
birth rates have gone down. So we're listening. Now what?
No, you're not listening, because the single mom rates is still up, AB rate is still up, and the marriage rates are low, and divorce rates are the highest it's ever been. So no, BOK Fefails are not listening.
Ma'am, BLK birth rates are down. We're not having kids. Our legs are closed. The legs would have to be open to have kids.
Yeah, that's why the AB rate is high. You're not having kids because you're unaliving them.
In the United States, AB is starting to be outlawed. So AB is going down too. You're not even allowed to do it in some states. So what are you talking
It's
about?
it's still the highest in the BOK community. It's still
Okay.
the
Well,
highest.
where's your source on that? Where's your source? Because that's not true.
It is very true.
Where's your source? Because it's white women that are leading an AB in the United
No,
States
it's
of
not.
America.
It's BOK. It is BOK Fefails who are leading in AB. They even talk about it. They even say that a lot of the AB clinics are purposely put in BOK neighborhoods.
Yeah, I know that, but
It's been
where's
a
your source?
conversation.
Where's your
It's
source?
it's it's been hold on. You can do your research. It's been a conversation for years. This is actually nothing new. It's nothing new that they purposely put clinics in BOK communities to persuade BOK females to unalive their unborn babies. So the
Yeah, I
fact that
know
you're
that.
shocked.
I
So
know
hold
what's
on, hold on.
going on
So,
in the
so the
United
fact that you're
States.
shocked, exactly. So it's not. It shouldn't be shocking that BOK females have the highest unaliving rate to unborn babies.
Okay, so you said
And
we
if
need
you
to
don't know,
listen.
then maybe you should do your research.
Okay, you said we need to
Sorry,
listen
go
to
ahead.
BLK men leadership. Okay, they said to keep our legs closed. The birth rates are down. So now what else is the black man saying? Because I don't hear a lot of black men saying anything.
Well, say BOK.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Well,
I'm sorry.
BOK
BLK.
men. It's fine. BOK men can't force BOK women to act right. They can't force them. A lot of BOK Fefails have chose to become feminist and ride the feminism wave and be liberated and independent. That's the choice that BOK Fefails have made for themselves.
Okay, well, do you know the choices that BLK men made for the community? Are you aware of what
Go
took
on,
place
tell
in the
me.
80s and the 90s with the whole D-rug epidemic, them selling D-rugs to the community? So black
Yes,
men have been failures as
say
leaders,
BOK,
period.
please.
BLK, sorry.
It's fine.
So they've been failures as leaders.
No, I understand what happened in the 80s, but the reality is the marriage rates were still high. The marriage rates only started to go low after the sexual liberation, and it truly dipped in the 90s. So yeah, they may have been an epidemic on the smack issue and everything else that happened in the 80s, but BOK men and women were still getting married until feminism intervened with their sexual liberation.
Okay,
And it
so in your
officially
opinion,
started
okay,
to dip
sorry.
in the 90s. It's fine. Go on.
So in your opinion, why do you think the BLK woman would trust the BLK man's leadership all of a sudden after he screwed us in the past? Why do you think we would follow them now?
How did BOK men screw BOK women in the past?
The D-rug epidemic. Hello, the
Yeah,
rap
but you're
music.
talking. Yeah, but that has nothing to do with the average BOK man. The rap music, average BOK men are not making rap music. Average BOK men are not Little Wayne's and your Jeezy and whoever else is out there. Those are not your average BOK men.
Okay, I
So
know
the
three
average
BLK men off the top of my head who are trying to put out a record and put out a rap song. They need to be going to college. It's the BLK men that are failed. And I understand that you're trying to hold women accountable, which I totally understand. But they're, as our leaders, they failed. And so we're trying to reset. But I don't know where this is gonna go. I got my guy, so I'm good. But as far as the collective, I don't know where it's gonna go.
Yeah, I could completely disagree with that because there are more BLK men who are millionaires than there ever have been before.
As well as BLK women.
So, if
So,
it, but there's no, not even close, not even close.
but how do BLK
To be
men act when they get that money? Do they act like a Cam Newton? Do they act like a Nick Cannon? They're financially illiterate even when they do have money. Not all of them. I'm not trying to drag on black men, but come on, like you need to wake up.
Yeah, but BOK, when it comes to, I'm going to move on to the next panelist quickly, but BOK women financially are doing a lot worse than BOK men, even on the average. Even inflation affects women in general more than it does men.
Are you
So
talking about the
on
UK stats or
average,
the US?
both, even in the US and in the UK, inflation itself affects women more in general, let alone BLK women. So overall, when it comes down to average, BLK men are more successful. They are more stable financially, and they can even handle the inflation much more better than women.
So, do you know that
Maybe,
in the
yeah, maybe.
United States, BLK women and BLK men, we make about the same amount of money. We're the
No.
demographic that has the closest financial gap.
Yeah, but
Other
BLK men
other
still
races,
they make more on average. On average, they do make more than BLK women. They
yes,
do.
but it's not even by $1,000 do they make more than us a year. Other demographics, they make way
On
more than their women.
Yeah, if it's on average, BLK men make more. And I don't think you're even considering that BLK women are actually even in more debt. They're losing more jobs. And even their education is not even in them the jobs they qualified for. They're just becoming a bunch of nurses or hairstylists.
So you don't think the BLK community needs
So on
more BLK
average,
nurses to take
BOK,
care of us? How dare you
I mean,
degrade black BLK women becoming
what I'm
nurses? That's
saying,
an amazing thing.
what I'm
Are you
saying is,
okay?
I'm not saying there's anything wrong. I never said there's anything wrong with them being nurses. What I'm saying is, when they went to university, majority of them didn't go there to be nurses. They chose to be nurses because they have to pay their bills, not because they wanted to.
You keep
That was the
moving the
only job they could get.
goalpost. Like, what
I'm
is wrong
not.
with
The
you?
reality is majority of BOK Fefails, they get their degree, end up in debt, and they can't even get the job they're qualified for, so they choose to be nurses.
Ma'am, where's your statistics on
So they
this?
failed.
Don't just say things. Where's your statistics?
If you take a go do your research and you will find
You
that
stated
majority
it.
of
You
BOK,
stated it.
hold on. If you you need to go do your research. Go do your research and you will find that majority of BOK women are not only losing their jobs, but the degrees that they're getting, they're not even getting jobs from that. They're losing their everyday average jobs. BOK females are literally at the worst position they ever have been.
Ma'am, I
But
understand
let
that
me
you're
just
trying to
introduce.
create. Hold up, wait.
Let
I'm
me
gonna say this
just
last thing, and I'm
let
gonna
me
be
just
quiet,
intro.
and then I'll drop. Can I say this last thing, and I'll be quiet? I understand that you're trying to create a
Go on.
comfort space for BOK men or whoever, but you really need to watch what you say and sort your sites, your cite your sources. Sorry, because
Yeah,
you're saying a
that's
lot of
fine.
crazy things, and you know it. And I know you're trying to just get the
Yeah,
money. I understand.
I'm not trying to, I'm not saying crazy things. This is what's happening. Okay. This is something that's being spoken about by even BOK females themselves. They're the ones complaining that they're losing their jobs. They're the ones complaining that they go to university, get their degrees, and still can't even get the job they're qualified for. She's not even
All
coming
the
out my own
BLK
mouth.
women in my life, they went to
Okay.
school and they are
All
working
right,
right
let
now.
me move on. I'm going to move on to the next person and then we can go back to open panel. So we got Asaya, if I'm pronouncing your
Asia.
name right. Welcome.
It's Asia.
Asaya, welcome. Can you please address the prompt?
Single moms are least desired. Prove me wrong. They are. I'm proving that I
Oh,
agree. And what you said about BLK women are not obtaining the jobs that they went to school for, and they're likely unemployed at a high margin, and it's true. Listen, this is what you've got to understand. And I
thank
hope
you,
you guys
Jazz.
and I'm hoping that you guys really take this in consideration, because when the YT turns all the jobs away, the only one's going to be working is the black man. He's not even going to consider the black woman with the degree. I'm so glad I'm retired. I'm so glad because I see it happening. You understand?
Ma'am, you sound bitter
Yeah,
and alone. You sound
No, and
bitter and
I'm not.
alone.
I'm not
it's
alone. I'm still married. I've been married for 47 years to the same man. He's right here.
So where are you
let's
getting
not
this
get triggered.
information from?
All my children are by
Thank
my
you, TD.
husband. Okay, all my children are by my husband. My home is paid for. I'm sitting on a rock. I'm fine.
Where are you getting
But
this
I'm
Yeah.
information?
concerned. Listen,
TikTok?
I'm concerned about the younger generation, because what has happened to the society of young people, the women have taken on the masculine role.
Ma'am,
And when the
your
Yes, they
generation
have.
screwed the
listen,
younger
just can
generation.
I are we gonna
No, the
argue, or do
older
you want me to
generation.
give you some
You guys
facts?
did a piss poor job, period. That's
Let's
why we're where
hold
we're at
on. We don't
today.
need to get
Golly, what
triggered.
is this
Okay,
panel
listen.
about?
Dragon fruit. You don't need to get triggered by the truth. Okay, even if you don't agree with the truth, don't need.
Yeah.
There's no need to get triggered.
And I have a
And
truth too.
see,
They did a bad job
and
at
this is
leading the
what's
community,
going on
period.
in society with the black
Nobody
woman.
did a bad job.
Her
BOK
voice,
females failed themselves.
yes, they have.
That's why.
And
That's why
they
they
don't
have the
even know
highest single mum rate.
they don't even know how deep that hole is they didn't dug for themselves.
You guys fail to
You
teach
see?
the younger generation values and morals,
We're not
and
going to
that's why we're
blame.
all
We're
running
trying to
around
give
like
you the
chickens with
information
our
so
heads cut
that you
off.
can find a solution.
That's not
But if
true.
you
Listen,
can't,
we're in
if you can't
2026.
hear me, if you can't hear me, you're not going to have a solution. You see?
Well,
I
say
mean, think
something.
about
Say something. Go.
think about it. Okay, let's put it in perspective. Let's say that I'm a man and you're a woman and you've got 3 illegitimate children. I don't want to date you. For what?
Facts.
I've got to deal with you and your 3 men when they come knock on the door and demand how I'm treating their children. Then I've got another man that's standing out in front of my yard screaming and hollering he
Facts.
wants to see his child. Then I've got another one that you're taking to court on child support, and he's standing in my yard saying he's not going to give you a dime. And you want me to stay in the house and watch TV while you guys carry on outside? I
Ma'am.
can't do it. I can't marry a woman that has children.
So, ma'am, you're talking about
Period.
the BLK women and the jobs and all this type of stuff.
Period.
You're talking
Any
about
of them,
BLK
Japanese,
women.
Chinese,
Excuse me, I'm
white, it
speaking.
doesn't matter. I don't want a woman that already
Okay,
has
okay, let her
children.
respond.
She's
I
less
see you.
desired
Okay, I see
because
you.
she comes with liability.
Okay, I see you. You're speaking facts. Just let her
I
respond. Just let her
am.
respond.
Ma'am, so you're talking about
Okay, no,
BLK
no,
women not being able to work and all this type of stuff. Where are the jobs that BLK men created for BLK women to work at? If we're in a deficit from the
how?
white man, why hasn't the BLK man defeated the white man? Why is he so weak?
Hold on. YT, say YT, please. Hold
YT.
on. Say YT. How do you expect BLK men to conquer when their own BLK women are rebellious?
Yes.
How do you expect any man to be able to conquer anything when he is fighting his own women?
Ma'am, they
Every
were
other
rebellious
nation,
first, and the women
every other
followed
nation.
suit.
Hold on. No. Men would no. BLK men were not rebellious against BLK women first. That's a damn lie. BLK
They
women were
were.
the one who jumped on. No, they wasn't. They wasn't.
Yes, they were.
BLK
Yes,
men have
yes.
been
No, they were not. They were
BLK
not.
men have been consistent from beginning. They have been doing
Yes,
what they do.
consistently poor. Let's keep it real. I understand you got this audience, but
Oh my
stop.
God.
The BLK
Yeah,
man, I'm
consistently
not
poor.
talking about all of them. I'm with the robotics engineer.
Okay,
He's an amazing, he's an outlier.
You're saying consistently poor, right?
Yes.
How can the BLK man build wealth if he is fighting his own BLK woman? How?
You know why? Want to know
Because
why
every
he's
other
fighting
nation is
with
not
his
fighting.
BLK woman?
Every other nation.
You want to know why he's fighting with the BLK woman? Because he fails to make his
Yes, because she's
BLK woman an
masculine.
honest
No.
woman
Very
and
masculine.
marry her.
How would you
But
like to
he'll
be
knock her
married
up.
to her?
But he'll
She's
knock
not
How
an
would
her
you
up.
like
honest
to be
woman.
married to her?
But he'll knock
No,
her up.
she's not an
though.
honest woman because she's not an honest woman because she chose to ride on the feminist wave and chose to be sexually liberated in her prime years and then want some useless simp to marry her in her 30s when she failed.
Yeah.
Does it seem like
Or a
BLK
single
men want to
mom.
build families, or do they want to just make little mini versions of themselves?
They can't with you.
No, they
How?
want to build
Your
families.
mouth is too big.
you-
Your
okay,
mouth
how-
is too
how is-
big. Your attitude is too
Ma'am,
big.
my attitude is towards you. I don't speak to my man like this.
You
Believe
speak
that.
like
I
this.
would
This
never
is
speak
you.
to my man like
This
this.
is you. He knows it's in you if you haven't demonstrated it already.
Ma'am, I don't speak to my man like this.
That's a lie. It's
My
100%
issue is with you. I can
true.
separate and compartmentalize. I'm
See
having
what
a
I'm
conversation
saying?
with two women.
So what's happening with the black man? He's backing up from
Say
you.
BLK, please.
It's-
Say BLK, please. BLK.
Ma'am, he's not.
BLK.
The BLK
It's
man
too
isn't
much.
backing
It's
up.
too much
He
for
ain't backing up.
him.
He's shooting up inside all these
It's
women
too
and not getting them
much
for
pregnant. He
him.
sucks to
Say
being a
pew
leader as a
pew. Say
collective.
pew pew.
Too
No, dragon fruit.
much.
Hold on, dragon fruit. Hold on, dragon fruit. Do you know that there's more single moms than single dads?
Yes.
Yes, I know
So
that. Yes.
If there's more single moms, then that tells you that a majority of BLK men don't even have children, have never even had children.
A lot of these women
there's-
have daddy issues. The father's not there. Period.
Listen
So she's
how she
acting
Yeah,
a
that's
fool. Period.
and it goes back to single moms raising degenerates. See, it goes back.
It's
It
the
goes
lack of,
back to
it's him
being
not making
raised
her
in
an
a
honest
fatherless
woman.
household.
He didn't make her an
Dysfunctional.
Yeah, but
honest
why?
woman.
Yeah, well, listen though. If you are choosing to get in bed with a degenerate man, how are you expecting anything else other than degeneracy? Why don't BOK women have better standards for themselves?
What
That's the real
percentage?
question.
What percentage of
Because
BLK
she's
men do you
never
think?
seen it. Her
Excuse me, I'm
mother was
speaking.
like that.
Excuse me, and you don't know my mother. Don't speak about my mother.
You see?
Very
BLK
rude.
BLK women had a hard time from the beginning. I'm not talking about you. I'm talking in general, sweetheart. And those women were not married either. And they had a house load of illegitimate children. So they never seen the normacy. You see what I'm saying? So these kids that are coming up now are struggling
So
because they've never seen it.
host, can I ask you a question? What percentage of
Yeah,
BLK
go
men do
ahead.
you? What percentage of BLK men do you think are degenerates?
Oh my gosh.
It's just a question.
I
I'm
would
not trying to catch you in a
say,
gotcha. I'm not trying to. It's just a question.
how many would I say are degenerates? Oh, that's a good question. I mean,
I'd say less than 10%. They're the ones
I
that
could
are
say,
working. They're the ones that's
honestly, if
working.
I'm gonna be honest with you, a lot of
Are you
boys are
serious?
raised by single moms. So
Yes.
yeah, I'm serious. A lot of boys are raised by single moms. So if you really take a look at the single mom rate and the single mom stats, it may not be the majority, but I could probably say it could be a good maybe 20 or 30 because you have to take a look at the single mom stat.
They're
If the single mom rate
dysfunctional.
is high, then you're going to get a high percentage of degenerates.
So you think? So you think 20 to 30% of BLK men are degenerates?
I'll say about 20 to 30% because majority of BOK men don't even have children. But to ignore the fact that majority of them, not majority, but a lot of them were raised in single mom households, I can't ignore that either. And that's where you get a lot of these degenerates. That's where you get a lot of more broken households. That's where you're getting it from.
So are you saying
There's
that
a
his
reason.
mom? Are you saying that the single mom is telling the young BLK boy to go out and make trouble?
I'm saying is the
No,
BOK
what
mom
she's
has no
telling him,
control.
can I answer that? She's telling
Yeah,
him
of course.
nothing. She's telling him nothing. She's not even parenting him.
Yeah, because
That's
she's
the problem.
overworked. She's overworked because the baby daddy is nowhere to be
She
found.
doesn't even have a job. She's at home on benefits.
She's overworked.
She's
My
not
mom was a single mother.
overworked. She's unemployed.
Ma'am, stop lying. Single mothers are not just sitting around being unemployed. They are working their ASSs to the bone to make it work. I had a single mother.
Look at the stats.
Ma'am, stop. Okay, well, where's your source then? Since you're talking about stats, where's your source? Stat where? I got my pen and paper. Where? What's that? Because you're lying, and I don't know what you're about, ma'am. In the station.
See, let me give you an example. I had an older daughter that had an attitude like you. She married a white tea man, and I told her, Jahan, he's not going to stay with you. You're overpowering him. You're challenging him. He's not going to do it with you. She settled herself down. She has 4 boys. They're all military. She has 1 daughter. She just graduated high school and went right into the Army. Her one's a sergeant in the Army, the other one's in the Marines, the other one's in
Ma'am,
Air
I'm
Force, and
ex-military.
the other
I
one
don't
is
care.
in the Navy. Listen, you guys have got to learn how to be with a man. Period.
And you didn't teach us, ma'am. Your generation didn't teach us. That's what I'm trying to tell you. You guys failed, period.
You mean single moms failed? Because those are the ones who are raising other single
Yeah, and
moms
I'm not a
and other
single
Pookies and Ray
mom.
Rays.
I'm
Single
still
moms
married.
failed.
This is
And
trickled down from mothers and
if you
grandmothers
take
to
a look at
mothers to
40,
now. They failed. I don't really talking
Big
single
Mama,
mom.
even your great grandmother wasn't married.
And
All the children were
that's a reflection of
illegitimate.
the black man. Why wasn't Big Mama married, ma'am? Since you have all the answers.
It's not a reflection. It's not, hold on. It's not a reflection on the BLK man, because the reality is, like I said, who sacrifices the most? We as women, we know our body, and we know that we are going to be the ones to sacrifice the most. So if you as a woman can't be responsible enough to take care of your own body, you can't expect a man to know your body, to know when you're ovulating, and to
You
know
know that. You
the
know that.
procedures of what it takes to what it takes to be pregnant. Women understand this. And if you understand all these things, don't you think you would take measures to make sure that you find a man that's going to marry you?
Absolutely. I agree with vetting. I agree with you. But I don't agree with all this BS that she's saying and try to pretend like her generation was so perfect. They're the reason why we're here today, and she needs to stop lying.
You're talking about the single moms, though. That's what she's talking about. She's talking about the women who were never married, the women who continuously just birthed daughters that did the same thing, that turned out to be 3 or 4s as well. Single moms raise 3 or 4s. They don't raise
Exactly.
wives.
And you don't just have one baby, you have 3 and 4 illegitimate children, all with different last names.
Okay, I don't have any baby dad, so I don't know why you keep saying you.
I don't know why you keep putting yourself in it. We're talking general.
Well, you mentioned my mother, so
I don't even know your mother.
You mentioned my mom and all this type of stuff.
Come on now.
You did.
Come on.
Okay.
Don't feel so guilty when we're talking.
Why would I feel guilty,
I know
ma'am?
you feel snappy because it's true.
Why would I feel guilty?
Single women with children are a liability.
Okay, well, why would I feel guilty?
You know, my son just got a divorce not too long ago. And I told him, I said, listen, Rashad, don't marry no girl with no babies. And I mean it.
Does he have any babies?
No, he doesn't.
You know, when that's good. The truth is, when you talk about the older generation and how they failed the younger generation, you're really talking about the grandmas who were single moms. You're talking about the aunties that were single moms. You're talking about the same behavior that we see BLK Fefails exhibit today.
No,
that's what you're seeing. It doesn't stop.
That's not my point of view at all. Please
yes.
don't put words in my
what's
mouth.
happening. That is what is happening.
Wow,
I never.
You're
hold
rude.
on.
I wasn't
I never
speaking
said.
to you, ma'am.
Go on. What did you want to say?
Because my grandma and grandpa, they've been married for 70 years. But they didn't pass down any type of knowledge. It's almost like her generation, they just started to gatekeep wisdom. And they became very selfish.
Listen, there's so many secrets that grandma, big mama, grandma, great grandmama and them had. Okay? You have not seen no marriage license from your grandparents. So don't come on TikTok and lie.
Okay, you are out of your mind. Don't address me. Don't address me again. You're crazy.
No, it's fine.
No,
okay, let's just relax. Let's take a deep breath, okay? Now,
did you hear what she just said though? I'm not about to talk to an idiot.
I know what she said, but the truth is what she's saying, there's truth. I'm not saying that it applies to you, but the reality is a lot of these grandmas and grandfathers probably were never even married. And a lot of grandchildren thought they were married.
Was there any truth in what I said?
I mean...
Or am I just a liar?
I'm not saying you're a liar. I'm not saying... Hold on. I'm not saying you're a liar. What I'm saying is I disagree with a lot of your points.
But do you agree with some of them? If we're going to have an honest conversation, we can do that. If you're just going to take sides for views, I'm not
taking sides. Though I'm telling you is that I disagree with your point. I never called you a liar. I'm not saying you're a liar. We're just constructing the conversation and seeing, well, why do you believe this? And why do I believe this? Like I said, I believe that BLK females need to submit to BLK men. That's why we have a lot of single mom households.
But you won't admit that I had some good points and you're a liar. But you have a good day.
I'm not
Okay,
saying he didn't have any
he
good
had some good
points,
points.
but
See, these kids want to be admired. They want attention, and you can't teach them anything. It's difficult. See, because they're so
look,
headstrong, and that's why they can't stay in relationships.
yeah, she got triggered. I mean,
Yes,
I wasn't
she is
even
triggered. She is. Because it
it
hurts them that they're in the situation that they're in. But they don't find themselves trying to get out of it because they don't want
thank you,
any new
Harry.
information. See, that's the
It's crazy
problem
because it's
right there.
no, you were speaking facts. Yeah, she was definitely
Oh
triggered,
yeah.
and a lot of them want to blame everybody else except for themselves.
Except for
You know, it
themselves.
does it doesn't matter how you don't even need to try to trigger them. Just speak the truth and they will get upset.
Yeah, I
That's
mean,
what I find.
listen what she said at the end. All you have to do is analyze what she said.
Dragon
Didn't
fruit,
I
you're
have some
back.
good
I've
points?
hopefully you've
Host,
Don't you
taken some
agree
deep
with what
breaths.
I said?
Hold
That sounds
host.
like a
hold on.
child, doesn't
Just let
it?
her
Host,
speak.
I told you
Yes, go and
multiple,
speak.
multiple times that I agreed with multiple of your points. So I don't know why you're going on about how I was triggered and stuff like that. I was
You
triggered,
did get
or
triggered in the end. Yes, you did, and that's
yes, because
okay. I mean, like that's normal. A lot of women, females, when they come on my panel, they do get triggered, but it it should have never ended that way. It doesn't matter whether you agree or disagree. You need to be able to learn to also disagree and understand that we're all gonna have different points of view. But you did get triggered. You did get a bit emotional towards the end.
I did,
Just calling it
but
out for
I
what.
can also acknowledge that I agreed with multiple of your points. But where I was triggered where she wasn't taking any accountability for her generation. And this is the problem. Her generation is what started this BS. They started gatekeeping wisdom and lying. And that's what she was doing.
And see,
Okay, when
you
you say
didn't.
they gatekeep,
Can I just say
what
this,
what
Remy? I
exactly?
mean,
Go on, go on.
you didn't hear me. I did take a credibility. I said our grandmothers had illegitimate children and they probably weren't even married to our grandfathers. I am taking responsibility for that. They
Okay.
started this stuff off, okay?
Yes, your generation, ma'am,
Not
started this
mine, the
off.
generation before mine, before that.
Well, are you generation? What are you? Generation, the
Oh
silent
my
generation?
gosh, you don't hear me. That's okay. You don't
Ma'am,
hear
I
me.
hear you. You want me. You don't want me to. You want to. You've already painted this picture of me, and you don't want to budge.
No,
And
no,
and so
no.
now you're being disingenuous. I'm trying to have a civil conversation with you,
I
but
can't.
you keep doing this weird thing where you want to demonize me in front of all these people. It's not gonna work.
Listen,
So
if you, okay, listen, I'm
Okay,
talking directly to you. If you have children and you have not been married, I'm talking directly to you.
well, I don't have any children.
Well, then I'm not talking to you.
Okay, okay. Well, how about you set an example of how to be a proper lady? Why are you getting loud
Oh
and
my
emotional?
gosh, now you want to get on my
Yeah,
case.
how about you set a good example and
I
calm
okay, okay,
down,
am
okay,
ma'am?
okay,
setting the
okay.
You're an
example.
Let's
older woman. Conduct yourself like a lady,
okay.
please.
I
Let's hold
am.
on,
I
hold on,
am.
hold on, hold on. Let's
Married
take a deep.
47
Let's get
years?
back.
Married 47 years to the same man?
What is the
What else
issue?
do you want me to
Hold on.
show
Dragon
you?
fruit. Okay, dragon fruit. I'm trying to understand what is the issue with what Isia said, because she's saying that the generation before her is the one that started this mess. What? Why do you disagree with that?
It's not that I disagree with it. It's just that she tried to paint BLK men as if they were just so perfect, and then it was the BLK women that fell out of line, which is a lie. Um, it's just a lie.
Wow.
They distributed
Okay, so
D
nobody said
drugs
that
in the
BOK.
community.
Nobody's saying that BOK men are perfect. I've never stated that before, okay? But what I am saying is the men who get married, the men who are good men, the men who will stay committed, BOK, Fefails, don't want them. BOK females are not attracted to those men. Those men today in 2026 are not getting married, are not having
You're right.
children.
You're correct. But those men, they're also not attracted to
Whilst men like
the
Cam Newton,
wifey
for
type.
example, whilst men like Cam Newton are impregnating loads of different chicks.
Yes,
What does that tell you?
But yes,
Is it
you're
really BOK
absolutely
men doing
correct.
this, or is it BOK females?
You're absolutely correct. However, they're also not attracted to the quiet, shy girl that's smart. They want they want the HOEs. Let's keep it real. They're a lot of these BLK men. They're not looking for a modest woman. They're not. They don't know what to look for because the generations, like I just said, the previous generations failed them on how to pick and vet. They get keep wisdom, and so come on, it's on both sides. I'm not trying to. I understand that your page is about fully holding women accountable, which I totally respect. But come on, like Cam Newton's not looking for a wife. You know it. Come on.
Okay, I'm going to respond to that, but let me just acknowledge my super chat. Thank you to Snatch Dams, who said, let's be honest, some of our grandmothers were married and still had illegitimate children. I'm not going to lie. I'm not going to say that is not true. So, yes, someone like Cam Newton.
I'm sorry, I'm gonna ask this one question regarding the super chat. Sorry for interrupting you, but where did the term come from? Papa was a Rolling Stone. That comes from her generation. This lady below me. Papa was a Rolling Stone. These men were not being honest husbands. And the BLK women, we started to catch on. Then we started to not trust these MFers to lead us anywhere. That's what happened.
Okay, yes, I understand that not every marriage was. I understand that not every marriage was perfect, right? But as responsible adults, from generation to generation, it's our responsibility to learn and take the good from the bad and do better. You can't say now in 2026, there's no good men out there that wants better than what his grandparents had.
I never said that. No,
I'm not.
I don't believe that.
But what do you mean you don't believe that?
I don't believe that there's no BLK men out here that want to be great husbands. I never said that.
But at the same time, you believe that there's not enough good BLK men that are leaders.
Yes, I do believe that because when I met who I'm with now, he's a robotics engineer, he's all this and all that. It was like to find him, it was like a needle in a haystack.
I mean, you do just need one. I mean, anything that's worth having is going to take a bit of work. I mean, that's normal. That's a part of life. Anything good in life does take time, does take work, does take living up to a certain standard. So that's normal. That's a part of life.
But he's like outstanding compared to any other BLK men that I've seen. It's ridiculous. I want to see more BLK men just like him.
How long have you been with him?
Like 6 months.
Oh my gosh.
Okay, 6 months.
Yeah, we're in the midst of talking. Look, I don't know if he's my person. I don't know. We're still vetting each other. We're still getting to know each other. We have not slept with each other. We're like, we're getting to know each other. I'm taking it slow. I'm choosing better.
You're married to him and you don't know him?
No,
she's not married to him.
Oh,
she's not married.
Okay,
They've just been talking for 6 months.
Okay,
yeah,
I misunderstood.
Okay, well, it's very early. It's very early stages. Have you told him that you're looking to get married, or do you even want to get married?
Yes, he knows.
Okay, so it's 6 months, so I can't really say much about that. And however that will turn out is however that will turn out. But yeah, you met this one guy, but it doesn't take away the fact that there are plenty of BOK men who are also good.
Can I ask you a question?
Sure.
And I don't want you to get all upset and start crashing out. Are you living with this man?
No, I'm not living with
Okay,
this man.
good. You're on the right track so far.
Thank
Very
you.
good.
I appreciate that. I have my own.
Very good.
Yes, I have my own thing going on. He has his
Okay,
own things
let
going
me let
on.
me ask you another question.
Okay.
Have you had sex with this
We
man?
have not had smacks.
Very
Okay.
good. You have not.
Yes, yes.
Very
We've not.
good. Very good. Then calm yourself down because you're going to bring that toxicity right into your relationship.
Ma'am, I'm just passionate about this because
Get
I hate.
unpassionate. It's not going to
Okay,
make
let's
your
get back to
marriage
the
work.
topic.
Okay.
Let's get back to the topic. It's 6 months. It's too early to even talk about it. That's just the truth.
Yeah, very early.
I mean,
So
we're just getting to know each other. But the thing is like when I talk to him, when I speak to him, it's almost like I'm speaking to a leprechaun. He's just so rare, and I wish
no,
more
he's not.
BLK men were like this.
I
It's
don't know why
crazy.
you're comparing every other guy that clapped your cheeks to this 6 months, dude. I don't
No,
understand.
no, that okay. That's very
Well, that's
rude.
what it sounds like. You are comparing him to these other dudes.
No, I'm saying
It
it would.
sound
He makes
it's not a
so
good
much
look.
money. He makes great money. He's smart. He is like. I'm not trying to.
It's
I
not
don't put him
looking
on a
good.
pedestal, but I just want
It's
more
not looking
BLK men
good.
to go to college. Well, I don't
Yeah,
care what you think. You don't know what
college
you're talking
doesn't
about.
mean anything. See, college doesn't mean it. College doesn't mean make you a good man, and money doesn't make you a good man.
I
And the
know that.
reality is, it's just been 6 months. Okay, so it's been 6 months, and you're comparing this guy to God knows whoever. Just take a chill pill and do what you need to do. Let's get back to the prompt. But to keep saying that, hey, this man is better than majority of BOK man, when he might just crack you for the next week
No,
and
what
then
I'm
leave
trying
you.
to
You
say
don't.
is what I'm
Yeah,
trying to
he
say
may
is
leave
the
tomorrow.
type.
You're just doing too much. You're just
No, no,
doing
no.
too much
What I'm
comparing
trying to say
him to
is
every other BOK man.
what I'm trying to say is the type of man that he is. That's the average Asian man. You're gonna find an abundance of Asian men just like him. But for a BLK man, he's
That's
very
not true.
rare.
That's not
Yes,
true.
Oh my
No,
gosh,
yes.
and
it
you're
is not
even
true.
prejudiced.
The truth is,
You're
yeah,
crazy.
the truth is, dragon fruit, you probably have never even been attracted to majority of BLK men like this. You probably had to go through all of those other men before you got hit. And
Well, no,
whoever
I
this
was in the
guy is.
military. Don't make assumptions. You can ask me questions. You don't have to make assumptions. I was in the military, so I was surrounded by military men, BLK men, and they were terrible. There were some good ones,
Okay.
of course,
Yeah, the
but
ones that you was around. You can't just say, oh. So you expect me to believe that every military man is terrible
no,
because you said it?
I just
My
said
daughter
Exactly.
married the captain of the ship in the Navy. Okay,
that's
so
great.
and they're not all bad men in the military. My grandson.
I
Thank you,
didn't say
Soy.
that. I said that there were some really great ones, but the majority of the BLK men on that Air Force
It just
base were
sounds
acting a
like
fool. They were
it just sounds
embarrassing.
like do you know what it sounds like? It sounds like you've had bad experience, and this is what I
Yes,
find with a lot of
yes,
B. This is
yes,
what I find a lot with BOK females is that they they like to project their experiences to every BOK man, as if
yes.
what you did with your coochie is what everybody else is doing, and
Hey,
that's
did I
not
ever
true.
say that I slept with these guys? And did I not just state that there were some good ones?
I
But it
mean,
was
don't
like
take it
the good
personally.
ones
I'm just
were
saying anyone
a
that talks like you
minority.
is what it sounds like.
Okay, don't make assumptions about what I was doing with my body and all that because you don't know. It's very rude to do that. There were
I know
some
I
good
can be
ones.
rude.
There were some good ones. I'm not saying that. There were some great BLK men. One of 'em, I don't want to go into anecdotal and give stories, but there was this one BLK first sergeant that I had. He changed my life. He really influenced me. But the majority of the BLK men on the Air Force Base were drunks, partiers, disrespectful, rude, would just talk about women any old type of way.
Yeah,
And I avoided them
honestly,
like the plague, and I didn't sleep with them. So don't make assumptions.
okay, like I said, your experience is a projection. These are the men that you've been around.
Yeah,
Majority of BOK men
he's
are not like
projecting.
that.
I didn't say
and
the
it's only
majority.
it's
I
yeah,
said the
but no, that's
majority
what you
on
are
that
saying. No,
on
no,
the Air Force base
no.
were
You're lying now
embarrassing.
because you literally said that hey, the man that I met is like a needle in a haystack. Majority of BOK men not like that.
Yes, you said that.
Okay, so I'm just gonna quickly give a shout out to Super Chat. Snatch said, good man, BOK feminists know all of the YT supremacist talking points. That is true.
No, the reason why I compared him to the Asians is because they make the most money in the United States. They are scholars. A lot of the time, the Asians, they are the
And guess what? And they have women that submit
valedictorians.
to them. Do you think Asians are fighting their women? Do you know
Yeah,
Asians are the most submissive, the most educated, and the most
yeah, but
traditionalist
I don't
women?
hear Asians are
Compared to
calling their
hold on
women
compared to you want to
bitchs.
compare hold on dragon fruit, you want to compare Asian men to BOK men. Let's compare Asian women to BOK women and you will
Yeah.
see a polar opposite. BOK
Yeah, they're
women don't
better
even know what it
leaders.
means.
Asians at the
No, no,
collective,
hold,
they're
no, no,
better
no, 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 no,
leaders.
no, 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 no. It doesn't even matter about the man because Asian women, they care about their standard, whether they have a man or not. They're not loud, they're not aggressive, they're not fake, they're not masculine, they're not independent.
Okay, well, they didn't have the same struggles with their men as we did, as far as
Yeah, they didn't
okay.
because they decided to submit to their man. That's why they didn't have the same
Did
struggle.
Asian men poison the community? Did they poison their community by the millions and then create crack babies? Did Asian men do
So
that?
Oh my God.
say
Smack
smack.
babies? Did Asian men do that?
She doesn't like black
A lot
men.
of
No, I
a
love
lot of
my black man, absolutely. But I mean, as a collective, we got to keep it real. They
do you,
sucked.
yeah, as a
I hope that
collective,
they get it
hold on,
together.
dragon
I'm rooting
fruit,
for them.
dragon fruit. A lot of history in Asia is not that good. Okay, they used to have a rule where they'll unalive daughters. So let's just be for real. You're making it seem like Asian history is perfect when it had a one-child policy, and they will either unalive or throw their daughters in adoptee centers. So
So
let's
you're
not
lying.
romanticize. Hold
The
on,
No,
one
that's
child
the
policy
truth.
was due to overpopulation. Don't make
it
it.
doesn't
Don't
matter.
lie.
It's no, I'm not lying. That's my point. That is itself tells you a lot about their community. So let's not make it seem like the Asian community is perfect and they've done everything perfectly.
Oh, I'm not
Okay?
saying that they're perfect, but what
Somehow,
I'm trying to say
exactly,
is
that's my point.
their men at
So
large
dragon
gave
fruit.
their Asian women a soft life. And that's why their
Yeah,
women act like that.
because they submitted. That's why. See, BOK Fefails
No,
don't submit. That's why
they
open their
didn't sell out
legs.
the community
Hold
for
on.
white
No.
women,
BOK
B-rugs,
men did no
music
majority.
contracts,
Hold on.
poisoning the ears of BLK people.
No. BOK Fefails, they choose to be around corrupt, degenerate men all by themselves.
All by themselves, really?
Yes, all by themselves. They choose to sleep with these type of guys. That's why they end up being single moms. They choose to sell themselves out to be a feminist. They choose to just outright disrespect BOK men, even the ones that try to help them. What do you do with that? What do you do?
Where's your stat? Like, where are you getting that from? That's when have BLK men ever tried to help BLK women and as a whole?
Oh my
You know,
God.
we have the highest femicide rate, so how are they helping us? And we should follow them?
Gosh.
Come on,
The
stop.
femicide, the femicide rate is happening all over the world. Okay, please. It's worse in third and second world countries. So let's not make it seem exactly. So that's not something just BOK men are doing. So
Yeah, I'm
let's
talking
not
about
put that on them.
BLK USA men. That's what I'm talking about.
No,
I don't know what's
but
going on
what
in the
I'm
UK.
Yeah, I understand that. So femicide rate has nothing to do with that. We're not talking about criminals. We're talking about good men. There's enough good men out there to actually help build the community. But a lot of these BOK females, they love pookies, they love ray-rays, they love smug dealers, they love criminals, or they just love any type of guy that can give them good wood. That's what they like. And then they end up pregnant and angry that he didn't magically become a great man.
Yeah.
Okay, well, if that's the case, then BLK men shouldn't be complaining about oh, my baby mama turned crazy. He should have chose better. He should have chose better. We both need to do better. Because BLK men complain all the time. Oh my gosh, my baby mama, oh, she taking me to court. You should have chose better. We both need to choose better.
Well,
Wow.
I understand that. It still doesn't change the fact that she's going to be the least desired. So no matter what, she's going to still lose her value and she's still going to be the least desired. That doesn't
Bro,
affect him.
you with this prompt. Yeah, whatever.
It has to go back to the prompt.
It's a bigger
bring the prompt back alive.
This is crazy.
That's what who becoming a single mom affects her more than it affects him. That's the truth. She's going to lose her value. She's going to be the one that's going to be the least desired. Men are not going to be running or rushing to marry her. And guess what? Her children have now also lost value because now they're being raised in a broken home.
Well, with what you just said, people are running and rushing to marry each other in general. So single mother or single, people are rushing to get married today.
You said aren't, right?
They are not, aren't.
Yeah, I agree with that. Yeah, they're not, but they're definitely not trying to marry single moms. Majority of single moms have never even been married. That's why they even end up being single moms.
Okay. So I have a question for you, host. What caused you to make this page and start this conversation?
What caused me to do it? Well, I have a YouTube channel and I make videos, and I thought maybe people can get a little bit more insight of what I have to say, what I think, and talk to, I don't know, other women, Fefails, about single moms. Sometimes I talk about women in their 30s, or sometimes I talk about anything that's just really happening. But yeah, just to, give people a little bit more insight on what I think and what I talk about on YouTube, and just debate as well. Because I know a lot of, not just BLK, I know a lot of Fefails have this mentality where they think they are above accountability, they think they're above morals and standards, and blame men for everything. And I think that's an interesting mindset to have. So on TikTok, I like to explore that.
Okay. I mean, I see that too, where some women are just, oh, the man this, oh, he did this, and blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, well, you chose him. I agree with you a lot of the time. I do. I think you say some things that are for clicks sometimes, but I agree with you. I don't think.
No, I don't say anything for clicks. What I say is 100% what I believe, and it is backed by facts.
Yeah,
I think a lot of Fefails just get triggered by what I say.
So, do you consider me a Fefail? Is that your assessment of me, or what?
You know how many people have come up here and asked me that, and then when I tell them what I think, they get upset. You crash out.
I'm just curious. I want to know what a Fefail is.
You really need to ask. You need to ask yourself this. You really need to ask yourself this. Do you really want to know the answer? Are you ready for that answer? Because if you want to leave in peace, you just let it go. Sometimes people are not ready for the answer.
Okay, you think I'm a Fefail? Tell me why.
No, that's not what usually happens, huh?
You think
that's
I'm
not
a
what usually happens?
Tell me why.
I mean, well, this is what I would tell you, right? You definitely. I think that it's hard for you to take accountability for where a lot of BLK women have gone wrong. I think it's hard for you to just admit that they failed, and that itself is a Fefail mentality. And that could really just continue with your relationships and whatever choices you make in life, where you would just continuously blame other people. So that's why I say you're a Fefail.
Where did I have a hard time holding BLK women accountable?
For example, when you said that Asian men are better than BLK men.
I didn't say that.
When in reality,
that's not what I said.
No, you practically did. You practically compared majority of BOK men to this unknown man who you're seeing for 6 months, and then said he's practically the BOK Asian version. Majority of BOK men are never gonna be are not like that. I wouldn't say never, but are
I
not
didn't say
like
that.
that.
I never said
You
that. And
you
then
you practically did.
I didn't. Okay, don't say practically. If you're gonna quote me verbatim, because that's not what I said.
Yeah, I won't be able to quote you verbatim. I'm just gonna summarize what you said, but you did say a lot. And you basically said that the person that you're seeing, there's not enough BOK men who are like that. He's basically like Asian men. He's well educated, makes a lot of money. Majority of BOK men are not like that. BOK men are the ones who destroy the community. They're not good leaders, and that's why they're creating these single mom households.
Okay, am I saying that off feelings, or am I going off of anecdote, or am I going off of history? I'm not just saying this because I'm pissed off at my ex or something like that. I'm going off of historical.
I would say
It's,
both.
it, it's all real evidence behind what I said.
Yes, I understand you keep going back to the 80s, but we are in 2026 right now. And right now, it's BOK females who are destroying themselves. And it has nothing to do with BOK men.
Okay, the only reason why I referenced the 80s was to address the woman below me because she was talking about her generation of men.
Yeah, no, I
And
understand what you're saying. I get what you're saying. But even, and when you did address the 80s, I also said even the marriage rates were still high then. So even in all that epidemic happening, they were still able to get married and try and have a fulfilling family. That's not even happening today, and there's no smack epidemic.
okay, so I'm a female for comparing who I'm with to the collective of Asian men. I don't see how that's a female.
I say you have a female mentality. You know how the way your mindset is it is men's fault that we don't submit. When I say we, BOK women, it's BOK's men's fault that they are not good leaders, and that's why we don't submit. It's BOK's men's fault that we are single moms, and you practically just put everything on a BOK man's back when really it's the woman's body, it's the woman's womb. And it's the woman
Well,
who
let's start.
chooses
Let's
who
start
she
here.
chooses to have a
How
father
how
with,
old are you, Remy? How old are
a
you?
child with. Oh, I'm not going to disclose that. But one
No, I
second,
mean
let
for
me
Well,
just
her.
Remy,
okay,
I
sorry, one
told you
second.
that BLK
No, how
women.
old is the girl that's talking? How old are you?
Okay.
Well, I'm
Okay,
not
one
gonna
second, one second. Let me
why
Okay,
just
is
but
that?
I'm gonna say this. You don't
okay,
even
okay,
have to.
okay, okay, okay. Hold on,
You
hold
don't
on,
even
hold
have
on,
to
hold on.
say.
Let me
But you
just
sound
okay, you
very
guys can
immature. You sound very immature,
okay, wait.
and it's nothing on your side.
Okay,
It's
one second. I'm so sorry, Saya. I'm so sorry for meeting you. Let me just give a shout out to a super chat, and then we can continue. I'm just going to acknowledge this super chat, and then we can continue with the conversation. Thank you, Dark Lake. But wouldn't talking down on the man who share your reflection publicly be proof of the problem? Question mark. I mean, that's a good question. Do you want to answer that?
Well, yeah, I'll answer it after I say this. But Remy, we have taken accountability. Remember, I told you that the birth rates are down. So we're not just out here screwing Pookies and Ray anymore. The birth rates are down. We listened
No, but they
and we
are.
stopped.
No, that no, because
that's not
the
even
birth rates
true.
is low because they're unaliving unborn babies. That's
Yeah.
Oh my
why.
God. No, it's because they're not being brought into this world.
If that's true, if that's true, oh, where did it say it go? If that's true, then why is it that majority of women are on contraception?
I don't know. I don't know that statistic. I don't take birth control. I don't like how it makes me feel. But what did the super chat say?
Okay, the super chat said But wouldn't talking down on the men who share your reflection publicly be proof of the problem?
I spoke very, very highly of the person who I'm dating currently. Very highly of him. I said he's accomplished. He makes great money. He's a good person.
No, not
He's
not
not
not the
prying
person
me
that
for
you're dating. No, not
Mex.
sorry, not the person that you're dating. It's talking down on the men who share your reflection publicly. So basically, a BLK man. You
Again,
talk down on them a lot.
talking down on them or just pointing out what actually happened. How is the truth talking down
Go
on
on.
somebody?
You don't think you didn't speak down on them?
Absolutely not. And even when I was referencing the person who I'm dating now, I spoke so highly of him. You told me to calm down. So I was very much so hyping that black man up.
Yeah,
You
you
told me
hyped
to
one
calm down.
person. You hyped one person and said the rest are trash.
I did not say that. You're putting words in my mouth.
No,
I
but
didn't say that.
come on, let's be for real. You did. You practically said, well, this one is the best because the rest are just trash.
I didn't say that. Why are you doing that? Why are you putting words in my mouth? I said that he was a rarity.
Yeah, because majority are not good.
I never said that. I said on the military base, the majority of the BLK men on base were degenerates. Absolutely.
Okay then.
Okay,
So
don't
would
put words in my mouth.
Okay then. So outside of the military base, would you say that majority are not bad?
Outside of the military, would I say that the majority are not bad?
Yeah.
No, I think there's a lot of great black men out there, but the problem is that we didn't see a healthy relationship between the BLK woman and the BLK man in our childhood. So a lot of them don't know how to replicate that. A lot of BLK men, they're just sitting around with these good qualities, but they don't know how to cohabitate with a woman, a BLK woman in particular.
Okay, that's a very interesting point. Good quality. What does good quality look like to you? Because if she was really good quality, then she wouldn't. Because majority of females are the ones who end relationships and marriages. So how is she good quality if she's quick to?
I said there's a lot of good quality BLK men out here, but because they haven't seen a healthy relationship dynamic between a BLK woman and a BLK man, they don't know how to go about cultivating a relationship.
Okay, then, but that's not true because then that wouldn't make. Okay, I understand what you're saying, but I completely still disagree with that because
Okay.
there is good quality men.
I
Majority
just said
of
that. I just said that.
hold on, I understand, but you're saying the reason why they're not having fulfilling relationships is because they can't navigate these relationships. When in reality, it's actually females who overlook these men. Majority of females are not even attracted to 80% of men. So they don't even have a
Okay.
chance to show their quality.
I disagree with that. I mean, I disagree with that. You're trying to make it seem like every BLK woman wants this supermodel guy. I've seen bald BLK men wifed up. I've seen some, not so good looking guys have wives. It's the communication skills and it's the relationship skills and lack of emotional intelligence.
If that's true, then how come majority of single moms are single moms? If they are choosing these great guys, how come they end up being single moms? Why are they leaving their marriages, or why don't they ever get married?
Well, you would need to look up statistics. The main reason for divorce.
So then they must not be that great then.
You're saying the men
To
must not be that great, or the women?
well, if these if BLK females or females in general, doesn't just have to be BLK, are with these good men, then how come there's such a high single mom rate, especially in the BLK community? Because in the BLK community, both in the US and in the UK, have the highest single mom rate.
Okay, because it's
So how?
not.
Yeah,
Again,
go.
when I was talking to that older woman, this is what I was pointing out. They weren't passing down those values and those morals when it came to family, when it came to marriage. It's almost like it was, the torch wasn't passed down.
Okay, then.
So BLK
That's
men and
why.
women, they just don't prioritize marriage because it's like, oh, nobody cares, so we're just gonna do whatever we want. It's like the older generation, they dropped the standard.
Yeah, this is where I disagree with you, because if you take a look at who is creating single mom household, is not even majority of men. Now, if it was 50-50, if it was, you know what, there is just as much as single moms as single dads, then we can see a clear-cut problem that both of them clearly don't want to uphold any standards. But that's not what's happening. There's more single moms than single dads. So a majority of men who actually do prioritize marriage are being overlooked by BOK females or females in general, and end up with a small percentage of men who just don't care.
Okay,
And
well,
those are not good men
these men who are
most of the
so
time.
ready, these men that you're talking about that are so ready to get married and nobody's picking them, are they financially ready to have a family? Because BLK men, they don't make that much money in America. So
I mean, they
okay,
just
they can be
make
sitting.
average. It's just average income. It's just average wage. You don't need to have 6 figures to have a small family.
I never said that they had to have 6 figures, but where's the home? Where BLK men, they have the lease homes. They don't make the majority of the money, or whatever. Like, are they
To
ready to be leaders and husbands? And I have to go soon because somebody's texting me. So
It's fine. Yeah, they
sorry.
are ready, and this is it. A lot of this is why I say that a lot of times females, especially in the BOK community, you treat your men the worst compared to every other nation. Even if
Oh,
you
that's a
see like
lie.
YT, no, it's not a lie. If you take a look at YT women and YT man, right? They will work together. They'll work together. They will save their money together, have the small cute little wedding, save up and get a house together. But you have the BOK female. Where's your car? Where's your money? Where's this? Where's that? Don't expect me to do A, B, C, and D, and you don't have A, B, C, and D. Meanwhile, every other nation are just moving a line together.
Ma'am, he has to marry her
They're
first.
swimming through the pond like swans.
Ma'am, he would need to marry her first to be an official family.
But that's my point, is that BOK females don't want to even get to that stage because he doesn't have A, B, C, D, E, F, G. Meanwhile, other nations, they say, hey, you know what? We can maybe rent, save up some money, get married, have a small little wedding, and invest in our future. BOK females don't think like that. They just don't. And even if they say, you know what, let's get married and let's save some money, that's a problem, because now she wants to go out to eat every week. Is it hard to say, you know what, I'm going to cut down the makeup, I'm going to cut down the hair, I'm going to cut down this useless bougie maintenance that does nothing for me, and save up and invest in something that could be best for us? BOK females don't think like that.
Ma'am, you're lying. BLK men and women, they make around the same money. They work about the same amount of hours. So
What am I
so this
lying
this
about?
idea that like
Thank you, Ben.
the point is that the marriage standard is not in the community, period.
You said I'm lying. What am I lying about?
You're lying, making it seem like, oh, BLK women, we just want to finish product and all this type of stuff. BLK men and women aren't even in the same spaces. BLK women are going to college. Why aren't more black men and BLK men in college with BLK women so that we could pair up together? It's
You
like
mean
BLK.
you don't see BLK men anywhere else?
No, they go to college,
You're
but as
still
far as
you're still not telling me where I'm lying.
you're trying to make it seem like, oh, all BLK women, we just want the finished product and all this type of stuff. No, we're willing to. We've gone
But you
through.
do. No, but that's exactly.
No, that's not all BLK women. That's not true. We've fought tooth and nail next
What
to the
you've gone through
BLK
what?
man. We've fought tooth and nail next to the BLK man. So we're willing to go through the struggle with the BLK man, and you know it. You just know that they don't want to get married. They don't want the responsibility as a
That's
community.
not the new trend. They made a new trend saying we don't want struggle love. If that's true, why are they saying that then?
Struggle love. What was her
I
definition
don't
of
hear
struggle love?
Asian women saying
What?
that. I've never heard Asian women. Everything that we just spoke about. Small wedding, let's save some money and buy a house and maybe invest in a business. To a lot of BLK Fefails, that's struggle love. But to other nations, that's commitment.
I've heard,
That's
I've seen
sacrifice. That's
many
investing. That's
many
building
different
wealth.
definitions of struggle love. Struggle love meaning like toxic relationships, not has nothing to do with finances. Most of the time.
No, most of the time it definitely has to do with finances, because then they'll say, well, we don't want Bob the Builder. Well, why say Bob the Builder when it's actually about building for your family? It's not building
Okay,
a man, it's building for your future family. It's building for generational wealth.
is
Why
Pookie and Ray Ray
strip it
is
down to
Pookie and Ray
building a
Ray
man
broke?
when
Is
this is
Pookie and Ray Ray broke?
sometimes they are, sometimes they're not. Not every Pookie and Ray Ray is broke, but yeah, you could say yes, they are.
Okay, so and you're saying that black women, we choose Pookie and
I
Ray
would say
Rays,
yes.
meaning that we don't care about money. When we say we don't want struggle love, we don't want to deal with the BLK man's emotions, the toxicity, the how they be acting. They act like they don't have any home training. They didn't have their father. I understand that, but come on, like, why are you so rude to me? Why are you calling me the B word? Why are you why you want to cheat now and all
But
this
these are
type
the
of
low
stuff?
quality men, Biuk. This is it. This is the low quality men BLK Fefails choose. You don't choose men that actually treat you right. You don't.
Well, you just stated that there's a
You
new
know, I
movement
heard
saying
someone
no
say,
struggle love.
I yeah, but that's not struggle love. That's just choosing love.
That
That's
is
just choosing this guy because you want him. That's
no
not struggle
BLK
love.
women were
That
opting
is
out
not
of
struggle
that.
love.
That is struggle love.
Being with Pookie and Ray Ray is not struggle love. No, it's not. Because this man doesn't treat you right. That's not struggle love. Struggle love is, you know what, maybe you're not financially up there. Maybe you might need to work a little bit more to get where you want to be in life.
That is
That's
such a
struggle love.
lie. No, struggle love is the toxicity. We're black BLK women. We're now saying, hey, we want the soft life too. The Asian woman got it. She got it. She got it. Hey, we want a soft life too. We're opting
No,
out
you
of
don't want
struggle
a soft
love.
life. You want a sucker and a yes man.
That is,
No,
oh
you
my
don't want a
God.
soft life. You want a yes man. You want a man that will submit to you and give you everything that you want. Doesn't matter how many kids you have, how many body counts you have, and how masculine you are. That's what BLK Fefails want. Not a soft
No,
life.
nah.
They don't
You
even know
know,
what soft is. They don't even have a feminine bone in their body to even understand what a soft life is. And what is a soft life? It's not even real. It's a trend because they're so masculine. They're so masculine and have to make up a trend.
meaning like we want gentler communications. We want, cute dates. Like we want just anything any girl would want. That's all. But then and then
Yeah,
when we say that,
soft.
BLK men, they get scared and say, you know, they start talking and talking and talking like, okay, and they spew all this hate for BLK women. Okay, fine, don't date us. Go be with some white chick. We don't care.
Because when you hear BOK females talk about soft life, it's usually masculine females. Because those are the only ones that talk about that. If you was truly feminine, you wouldn't want any, you would just live a feminine life. You wouldn't need someone to soften it up for you. That doesn't make any sense.
But why not though? Why not?
Because you're already feminine. It just happens naturally.
So you're saying that BLK women they deserve a hard life? Is that what you're saying?
I never said that. I'm saying the whole ideology of soft life is coming from a masculine female because she's so aggressive, she's so masculine, she's so unsubmissive that she can't just naturally be feminine. And that's why she's asking for men to make a soft life for her.
Okay, I see
That's
what
how
you're saying.
masculine
I
she
see what you're
is.
saying, but I would have to see some of these videos because I don't know what you're referencing or who you're referencing. Um, that's
A soft
masculine.
life. What would you describe a soft life? How would you describe it?
um, I don't know. I mean, it's to me, I think it's just a relationship without toxicity. Like, let's just be happy, or I don't know. You tell me. I don't know.
Soft life, it just means that they want things easier. They want men to do a little bit more, take them out their masculine energy. You want your life to be a little bit more soft. You don't want to work too hard. You don't want to do too much.
Yeah, but don't you think BLK women have been working very, very hard for the last like century? Why are you not okay with BLK women having a soft life? You're weird.
I'm not saying I never said I'm not it's not I'm not saying that I don't want BOK women to have a soft life. No, I'm not saying that. What I'm saying is creating this whole narrative of soft life shows how masculine they are. You don't need to have a soft life to be feminine. If you want a better life, then you need to build a better relationship with your God-given man. And that's
Okay.
where the issue lays.
Okay. So I don't. So you're against a soft life, a life with no stress, a life with
I don't think soft life
peace.
exists. This
Peace.
whole soft life is not real. It's just a bunch of masculine BOK females. That's what it
So
is. Not real. Soft life
you
doesn't
only
exist.
see BLK women saying soft life because when I've seen the term soft life, it wasn't a BLK woman
It
talking
doesn't
about
matter
it.
who it is. It doesn't exist. It doesn't matter if you're brown, yellow, white, BOK. If you talk about soft life, you are just saying you're masculine. That's it. It's not real. It's just a bunch of delusional women that think soft life is gonna make them feminine when it's not.
I think you're reading way too deep into the whole soft life thing. I don't think that that's what they're saying. They just
That's
want a
exactly what
girly
they're
girl
saying.
life. They just want to, go to the mall, just have a good time, go on vacation, wear perfume. What's wrong with that?
Then just do it
You
then. You don't
you
need to make
sound
it into a
very
thing.
masculine.
It,
Very
it, it,
masculine.
no,
You sound very
it's
masculine.
soft life. This is why it doesn't exist. Because you would just do it. Just go shopping. Just wear perfume. But you need to make it into this whole ideology. There's a problem when you need to make something natural into a thing. You will just naturally live your life softly, but you can't because you are masculine. So now you need to make it into a physical thing. Now you need to try and get the soft life because you don't have it.
Well, a lot of the girls that I've seen that say, "Oh, I'm in my soft girl era," they're actually single. Their soft girl era doesn't always involve a man. It just means that, I'm softening it up. Like what?
Why can't they? Why do they need soft life to soften it up? Why can't they just soften it up without having to say soft life? That's the point.
For TikTok clicks and I don't know. I don't make content, so I don't care about hashtags
Exactly.
and all that type of stuff.
Masculine women made this useless aesthetic. That's the point. They just made it up. It's not real.
It is though. It's about purses and shoes. Like that's what girly girls do. It's a girly girl aesthetic. Who cares?
No,
Why are
they're
you
just
harping
they're,
on this?
it's just a bunch of masculine. It's a bunch of masculine fefails. That's what it is. Trying to get a man to take them out their masculinity when that will never happen.
Now I don't agree
It's-
when women say, "Oh, I need a man to take me out of put me in my feminine." I don't agree with that. I don't agree with that. But I think there's nothing wrong with the soft girl thing. I think it's just a TikTok aesthetic trend. I don't know. You're reading too deep into it.
I'm not reading deep into it. I think because you even hear a lot of females, oh, I need a man to give me my soft life. Oh, I need a man with money who can be able to give me a soft life. So not all the time it has to do with a man, but a lot of times it does. So no one's reading into it. This is what they're saying.
But there's
Okay.
some men out there who do give their women a soft life, a top-notch life. I don't see why you're knocking that. I think you just want to see women suffer. You don't want them to be happy. You don't want them to get
That doesn't make any
flowers.
sense. No, you can get your flowers. You can listen. This is why I say a lot of these females are masculine, because to you a soft life means getting things, buying flowers. Like that's how I know they're masculine. Because if you really was living a soft life, you wouldn't even need things like that. But let me just acknowledge the super chat real quick. Thank you, Squeaky Kids. Remnant, every time I join a live, you have a caller that says, I have to go soon. And then they stay for over an hour after saying I have to go.
No, I got a text.
Shake my head.
But I'm not gonna respond. It's my brother. I'm not gonna. So,
It's all right. Don't
whatever.
worry.
Thank you. Ben said you betrayed your own community. I didn't betray nothing. I spoke very highly of the black man that I'm talking to now. I said that there were great BLK men in the military. I mentioned that a BLK man in the military, my first sergeant, he changed my life. I spoke very highly of BLK men. If you want to have selective hearing and
don't worry
demonize me,
about the
that's
comments.
fine.
Don't worry, Dragon Fruit. Don't worry about the comments.
No,
You're on the panel. It's fine. Don't worry.
But yeah, the soft life thing, I don't think soft life just means getting things. I just think it's a TikTok thing, and you're really going too far.
I'm not going too far, because you need to look at how a lot of females are reading into this, how they're taking this information. So it's affecting the dating pool. It's affecting how women see their standards. It's affecting how they also address men. It affects everything. So it's not reading into it. It's what's happening in society. If you don't think soft life is not taken into the real world, then I don't know what to say.
But
social
isn't
media
that what
is just a
BLK
reflection
men-
of what people are doing.
So
Go on.
you're saying that, okay, BLK women are masculine. That's what you're saying. But then when BLK women want to
Especially
be
the
softer,
single moms.
when BLK women want to be softer, it's a problem for you. I think you're very mixed
No,
up.
it's not a problem.
And I don't know what's going on with you.
I never
but
said it's a problem. I never said it's a
you
problem.
did.
I didn't. I said, well, this is what I would rather. If you are masculine, then just say, you know what, I'm masculine and I'm doing everything in my power to be feminine. It makes it more clear. It's direct. But when you dress it up in soft life, you are blurring the lines because you don't want people to know that you have no feminine bone in your body. And that's the part I disagree with. That's what a lot of females are doing when they say soft life. Really, you are crying for help because you are masculine.
You can see it that way. I just see it as somebody making content. I don't really think it's that deep, but you like to go deep on everything. So, but
I mean, this is, well, This is why a lot of BOK or not B, just BOK. This is why females in general, this is how they end up being single moms. This is how they end up being masculine. This is how they end up being failures, because they don't really think with anything other than their coochie. Maybe that's the problem. Maybe the problem is maybe more females need to start thinking. Where do you think the bird brain comes from? Why do you think they say they have bird brains? Because they don't think. They just use their coochie.
Okay. Well, I don't know. Well, I think I answered the prompt. I'm not sure if we ever got to a point of agreement here. I don't think you were being very honest. I think that I was seeing your point of views, but I don't think you wanted to see mine. So yeah,
I
because
mean,
I agreed with a lot of your points, but
you did. I think it was definitely more pleasant than other debates that I've had. So I do appreciate that. A lot of times, a lot of women or females will crash out and just go all over the place. So yes, it was pleasant. I didn't completely dislike it. You know, I like a good back and forth, so it's okay. You don't always have to agree with me. I don't have to always agree with you. I mean, I know that you did agree with me with some points. It's just, I just think that you say I look into things too much. Maybe you don't look into things enough.
I just think that I don't know, man. I just think that like the soft girl era thing is like the female version of like a gym bro, or like, you know, the gym bro aesthetic. It's just like TikTok stuff. And
Yeah, if TikTok stuff stayed on TikTok, that's fine, but it doesn't, and that's the problem.
I don't know.
If it stayed on TikTok, then it wouldn't be a conversation, but it never stays on TikTok. It actually goes into it actually goes into the real world. It actually goes on dates. It actually becomes a real life thing. And that's the problem.
Yeah. And I don't think I betrayed my community by just stating facts. And yeah.
Okay, well, you definitely disagree that single moms are the least desired.
Would I say they're the least desired? I don't know. That's not up to me. I don't it's not up to me to put worth on
No, that's
somebody. I'm
what do
not
you think
God.
though? No, you don't have to be God to have a brain and have your own thoughts. What do you think? Do you think that single moms are the least desired?
I don't go too hard on other women's lives. If that's
That's
the
a
choice
no
they
then.
made, that's between them and God. And hey, I'm not perfect either to be judging nobody. So
I understand. So that's just a no. Single moms are not the least desired.
it's just none of my business. That's another grown woman's business, and her and God. I don't really like. I just say they're the least desired. I just don't. I would never say something like that.
I know
Do
majority.
I desire to be a single mother? Hell nah. Would I want to switch places with them? Absolutely not. Because I watched my mom do it, and she struggled, and she was overworked, and she was stressed, and she couldn't be just pretty and beautiful and feminine. She had to work, 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 work. So that's my point of
So
view.
it's like deep down, being a single mom is the least desired, but you just don't want to say it.
I think that it is I wouldn't wish that on anybody, because children are supposed to be raised in both with both parents, and I feel like I missed out. I wouldn't wish my childhood on anybody.
Okay, so you know how you said that a lot of the past generations, they let down the younger generations. And I'm not saying that's what you're doing, but this is what I'm seeing, is that a lot of women today, females today, they're not being honest. And this is what happens is no one's being honest about reality.
Remy, why do you do this? I just said I wouldn't wish it on my worst enemy, and I wouldn't want it for myself, and I wouldn't want it for
Yeah,
the kids.
but you wouldn't.
How
But you wouldn't
how?
want to out. You wouldn't want to outright call it out for what it is. That's the
But that's
problem.
not my
Because
place.
how do you expect anyone younger? How do you expect the younger generation to learn if you are not gonna call it out for what it is?
Call it out. It's already done. She's already a single mother. So going on and on and on and on about it,
No, but what
it's none
about
of our
other
it's none
young
of our
women? What
business.
about other young women who are spreading their legs open and could prevent being a single mom?
I would tell
You're
them
kind of
absolutely. I would tell
it's
them
like you're
absolutely don't become
gatekeeping
a
the
single
truth.
mother.
The same truth that you complain that the older generation gatekeep, you're doing it too. You are gatekeeping
I would
truth.
never say, hey ladies, go try to get pregnant. No, I know what it was like. I watched my mother. I just said I wouldn't wish that on anybody.
But
Am I
you wouldn't
how am
you
I
because
how
because
am I
you
gatekeeping? Because
you're gatekeeping because you don't want to just say it for how it is. You know what? Being a single mom is probably the least desired place that you will ever be in life. Being a single mom is probably going to make you the least desired because you wouldn't even wish it on your worst enemy. But you won't say that. You would just say, "Well, I wouldn't wish it on anybody," but that's not for me to say. It's
I
like,
just said it. Why do you do this? I just said for anybody out here that's listening, I wouldn't wish that on my worst enemy. I wouldn't want to switch places with them, and I wouldn't wish that for the children. I was a child of a single parent. It was hell. So what
okay,
else do you want me to say? Cuz
let me just
cuz
acknowledge. Ooh, all right, let me just acknowledge the super chat real quick. So Snatched Dams said, but it's her place to disparage BLK men. Oh, that's a good question. I mean, that is a good question because you would say a lot about BLK men, but you can't say that single moms are the least desired. I guess that's what they're saying, which I do somewhat agree with. One more,
how
one more. I just need to acknowledge one more. Sorry, one more super chat. Lee Turner said, "Dragon fruit, answer the question." Oh,
Okay, what's the question? You want me to go in on single mothers? Like, no, I told you I agree with you. I don't think that these women should just be out here. I agreed with you. You're trying to make it seem like we were not on the same page. I agree with you.
no. The question was, but it's her place to disparage BLK men.
Disparage BLK men. How did I disparage BLK men? I spoke very highly of BLK men, but then I also highlighted the negative,
But
just
you
like I did
didn't
with
do
the
that.
women.
No, you did not do that with the single moms, though. You
Yes,
didn't
I
do
did.
that.
I
No,
absolutely did.
you did it like 1%. Like, oh yeah, yeah, it's true. She should never did that. But the BOK man, they're A B C D E F G, and they sold
You want
smack
to
in
know
the
why
hood,
I
and
do
they
that? You want to know why I do
go
that?
on.
Because you said that BLK men want us to submit, meaning that they're the leaders. So the leaders are always going to get the most slack. Absolutely. When you go to a restaurant, do you want to speak to the employee, the submissive, or do you want to speak to the manager? That's why I do
Okay,
what I do. Aren't they the
that's it.
smarter,
That's
the
that's an
stronger
interesting
sex?
point. That's an interesting point. But just as much as you would have them for BOK men, why don't you show the same energy for BOK women that fail and become single moms? Don't
I
you think they need
told
to hear
you.
that too?
I told you, BLK women, we've taken accountability and we've stopped having children by these Pookies and Ray
No.
Rays. The
See,
birth rates are
this is
down. We're actively doing it. What are you talking about?
how are you actively doing it if they have the highest single mom rate? What you're saying does not reflect the stats. It just doesn't.
BLK women, we've taken accountability for years, raising these kids by ourselves with no daddy in the
For
home.
years.
We've
That's
taken
a damn lie. Come
accountability.
on.
So for
No, for
generations and
years. Why are you
generations, we've taken
lying?
accountability. We've taken accountability.
No, they
You
have
know,
not
all the
taken
BLK
accountability.
women, yes. You know, all the BLK women that were miserable and suffered raising children while the BLK man was just out here having a party. BLK women have been taking accountability, ma'am. They've
If
been
that's
there
true, then
working
the,
two and
if
three
that was true,
jobs.
if that was true, then the single mom rates wouldn't be as high as it is today. It's 47%. It's
Where's
the
your
highest.
statistic? Where's your statistic on that? Where's your source?
If you
I have my
take
pen. I have my
if
pen and
if
paper. Where's your
if you
source?
take a look at americanprogress.org, the economic status of single mothers, figure 3, and it gives you the graph. And it even says, hold on one second, the majority of single mothers are in their 30s and 40s and don't have a college degree, and about half have never been married. So they don't even have college degrees, and they've never been married. And almost half of BLK mothers are single mothers. 47%.
Dude, BLK women have taken accountability. You know how many BLK women had to bury their sons because they were getting shot, pew pewed up in the streets, and they had to go to their own child's funeral by themselves because the daddy ain't nowhere to be found. BLK women
That's not
have
that's
been
not taking accountability. That's not taking
BLK
that's
women
that's
have
living the
been doing it
consequences.
alone,
That's
and
not that's not taking accountability. You're just telling me the consequences of what it means to be a failure. You're telling me the consequences of what it means to raise children in a fatherless household. That's not taking accountability. That's just living. That's the consequences of having no father in the house.
women, like almost 9 times out of 10, when it's a single parent situation, the kids live with the mom, and then the man is just off scot-free. Women have been taking accountability.
Yes, the reason why men are off scot free because women have fought for the rights to unalive unborn babies. They have just you see, this is what happens when you want to choose if can I keep the baby or get rid of the baby, men get to also choose whether they want to leave or not.
Yeah, and he ain't shit for not
Whilst
marrying
back in
her.
the days, no swearing, please.
Yeah, but he ain't
But you
shit.
want
How about that?
but you won't say, well, she's too fast for opening her legs to a man like that.
What I had already explained this to you. Women who act like this, they didn't have a father. They look around in their community, they see how all the men act, they think this is all they can do. They think this is the best they got. Then they get tricked and bait and switched by some Pookie and Ray Ray. Now they're stuck with the child. Now the child is neglected emotionally, spiritually. Um, like, dude, it's a long thing. Like,
Okay, let me just
they
acknowledge a
get
super chat.
tricked.
Snatch Dam said, you have to love the feminist ability to proudly and wrongly state historical BS and statistics.
Oh, there's nothing BS about anything that I stated. Everything that I stated is historical, in record, in documentaries. Come on. I don't know what he's referencing and what I've falsely stated. And they know it too.
Snatched Adam, sorry.
They know it.
What I just find interesting is just that you say that they've taken accountability, and I just don't see that anywhere.
I
I don't know.
already
I don't
told
know
you
how.
again.
I don't know how they've taken
Why don't
accountability. I
you
don't. I don't see it.
why do you do this? I already told you the birth rates are down. We're not just popping out kids anymore by anybody. We're waiting. We're vetting properly.
But
We're celibate. Didn't
if
I
that
tell you
was true,
I haven't
okay.
even slept
If
with the
that
guy
was
I'm
true,
dating?
yeah, but I don't know how true that is. I mean, I'm just being real. If you don't get triggered, do not get triggered. I'm just being real.
It's true.
I don't know how
It's
true that is.
true.
Okay, I don't usually believe a lot of women that come up here and tell me, well, I ain't got my cheeks clapped. I mean, hey,
It's true.
maybe you should just say it at all. Just keep that to yourself because I won't really believe you.
Okay, that's fine. He's still around me, and we haven't even had SCX. Like, he actually likes my personality, and I'm getting to know his personality. and then we'll smash. I mean, is there like there's like that tension there. There's that, we're attracted to each other, but we're withholding ourselves. Isn't that the right way? I mean,
Well, there is. I'm not saying it. I'm not saying that's not the right way. That is the right way.
okay, so what what's your problem?
I don't know if I believe you. That's what I just said. But you still haven't said how single moms are taking accountability. All you've told me is what you haven't done with your boyfriend. That doesn't improve anything.
You just asked me this and I just answered. I told you the birth rate is down. We're not just popping them out by anybody anymore.
Okay, let me just acknowledge a super chat. Dark Lake said, no offense to Dragon, but say it's just TikTok is very problematic. But somehow you have these bold opinions of BLK men when it's obvious you need to study. Oh, jeez. Sorry. Submit. I cannot pronounce that word.
What is it? Semantics? I mean, they can just come up and say it. I don't understand the super chat thing.
Simulacra and simulation. Wish you the best, but this is emotion over logic.
What he would need to quote me and tell me what was emotion over logic. I don't understand what he's saying. Like,
Thank you for the super chat.
I'm not
Sorry, what did you
saying
say,
that
Dragon?
BLK women are perfect. I'm definitely not saying that, BLK women have just been absolutely perfect. No, I'm not saying that at all. I don't think BLK women should be attracted to drug dealers and all this type of stuff. I'm not saying that BLK women. I'm not saying that BLK women are perfect, but I'm saying as the leaders, yeah, they're getting the most of the slack, absolutely. Or don't call yourself a leader, because leaders take full accountability.
See,
That's
what
all
you're
I'm
saying is
saying.
not consistent, because you keep saying that they've taken accountability because the birth rates are low. If they truly did take accountability, then the single mom rate would be low too.
You still haven't
Right?
presented me with that statistic to even know if you're telling the truth.
I literally just gave you. I literally just gave it to you.
Oh, it was that one. Okay, well,
AmericanProgress.org.
okay.
The economic status of single mothers. Take a look at figure 3 and it will show you the graph. And it's 47%. And if it says here, look, Asian is 8%, YT 14%, Hispanic 25%, other 31%,
Okay.
BLK 47%.
Okay, and again, that's a testament to the lack of marriage. Why are so many babies being had outside of wedlock? Why not just get on one knee and make her an honest woman? Again, a testament to the black man just getting on one knee before he gets this woman pregnant. I'm still going back to the leaders. And hold up, I gotta feed. I have a pet that I need to feed. He keeps screaming. 1 second.
It's all right. I'm going to acknowledge another super chat. Snatched Adam said birth rates are low because the simp rates are low.
Okay, well then, isn't like what? I mean,
Thank you for the super chat.
Complain about anything. Y'all, Pookies and Ray Rays are knocking y'all up. Now that we're not having babies by Pookie and Ray Ray, it's because of the simps. I mean, just stop. Come on.
I mean, but there is truth. There is truth to that. You know, the single mom rates are high, but the birth rates are low because majority of men are not willing to put up with a lot of these Fefails anymore. That's why they're not marrying them. That's why they're leaving them for the streets. Okay. And a lot of time these single moms, even though yes, they have fatherless households, but a lot of times they are the ones who actually end relationships. Majority of the time, it's women. Yes, majority of the time it's women who end relationships, not men.
Okay, what's the number one cause for divorce in the BLK community? Since you know everything.
Irreconcilable differences.
I thought it was infidelity.
And then after that, it's infidelity.
Okay, so again, I already explained this. The BLK woman and the BLK man, they need to learn how to speak to each other. We need to have more emotional intelligence and relational intelligence. But when BLK people grow up and they see in their community people just yelling at each other, fighting in the streets, that's not how to intelligently solve a problem in a relationship. So of course, BLK people, we need to learn how to be more emotionally intelligent. Instead of when your man or woman pisses you off, now you want to sign divorce papers. We both need to calm down. That's the
But
thing.
that's what women do, though. That's what women do, not men. Men are not the ones divorcing, it's women. So they're the ones who are actively destroying their households and destroying their families.
I would need to see the statistics on that even further as to irreconcilable differences. That can mean a multitude of things. It's so broad. It's not as broad as
Thank you, Annie Long.
it's not as obvious as like infidelity. Irreconcilable differences could mean anything. Like, so that's not even like a good.
Well, a lot of times it's infidelity, it's money issues, or they just they don't align anymore. A lot of times that means the woman is not happy. She wants to find her happiness. Maybe she wants to be more independent. Maybe she doesn't just want to be a wife anymore. She wants to be more.
Okay. Well, he should have. Then these BLK men, they need to choose better. They need to vet better. Watch this woman's personality. Does she really seem like a wife, or are you choosing her just because she got a fat ass? That's another problem with the BLK man. Lustful. Are you picking her based off of? Are you picking her based off of her qualities, her personality, or are you just getting on one knee because she got a fat ass? And then oh my, then you're shocked that she divorces you.
But at least he's committed. So then you could admit that a lot of these women they're not as loyal and not as committed as BLK men, because he's the one staying in the marriage.
Again, irreconcilable differences is so broad. We don't know why she signed those papers. It's so vague.
No, but
we don't
based
know
off what you just said. Based on what you just said, he didn't pick the right one. He didn't do A, B, C. But doesn't that just prove how committed and loyal he is, that he will still stay in the marriage?
No, because you said number 2 is infidelity. So committed and loyal? Where? You just said infidelity is number 2. It's number 2. So
yes,
commitment and loyalty. Come on. Stop.
Yeah, but then we're going based off what you just said. No swearing, please. We're going based off what you just said. You said he's the one that chose the wrong person. He's the one that did this. Well, if he did that, at least he's actually sticking through the marriage. And understand the divorce rates in the UK, it's about 60%. In the US, it's about 70%. And it's higher when they're educated. So not all of them, not every man that has gone through divorce has cheated.
Yeah, I didn't say that every man did, but you're stating that, like, oh, doesn't that prove that he's committed and all this type of stuff? Yes, but if the number one cause is irreconcilable differences, that sounds like a lack of emotional intelligence, because we could have worked this out. It's a lack of that in the Black community.
To me, it just proves once again that BLK men will stay in the marriage, whilst BLK women will destroy the marriage. That's all that proves.
Well, I had given you an anecdotal about my situation. My parents, they got divorced off of irreconcilable differences, but it was like mental. It was like mental AB. It was mental AB. It wasn't physical.
Any type of AB. I just don't talk about it.
Okay, but you're just trying to make it seem like, oh, the BLK man was just so perfect to this woman, and she divorced him. No,
I understand that there are men out there who are not perfect. I understand this. I'm not saying that they're perfect. But what I am saying is one is definitely more committed in the marriage than the other. That's all I'm saying.
Okay, but why are you saying that when number two reason is infidelity? Anything, you're not making any sense. Saying that they're more committed. Like, come on, stop.
Yeah, because when you get married and you have children, this is what you signed up for. And if you don't want to sign up for that, don't get married and don't have children. Especially with that man. Just gonna acknowledge a super chat. Just to support, please keep posting on your lives on YouTube. The great, thank you, the great, appreciate you.
I don't know. I think we agree on a lot of stuff. I just think I'm getting kind of tired, so I'm like, but we agree on a lot of things. I think we both need to do better, absolutely. But again, the birth rates are down, so that's
All right
one
then.
step. That's one step. We're not just. It just shows that women are being more cautious about who they allow to ejaculate inside of them. I think that's a good.
I don't think that's true. No, because no. I
Yes,
think you really want to believe that they are taking accountability because the birth rates are low. But the birth rate doesn't just mean that they're not having intercourse, because contraception is taken by majority of women. So they definitely are sexually active. STD rates are very high and AB rates are high. All of that takes for intercourse. So
You know
no one's
what?
closing their legs.
What I always say is that, like, at the end of the day, those are grown adults. If a grown adults want to ruin their lives and ruin their bodies, that's fine. But when you bring in a child, you're now really messed up. So if you want to be around here hopping on DICK and DICK, great. Don't bring a child in and drag your child through that type of stuff. So let grown folks be grown. I don't care about that. So what? People are out here smashing and getting STDs. That's on them. Just don't bring a child. It's not fair to bring a child into a situation that's unstable. But if y'all want to screw each other's throats and ears out, that's fine. That's your grown business.
That's see, this is it. Is you keep saying it's your business. I just wish you could just say, you know what? Stop being fast. Stop opening your legs, and stop
I'm not
creating
gonna tell.
broken
I'm not gonna
homes.
tell. I just said don't bring a child into it, but I'm not gonna tell another grown woman, "Hey, girl, I'm trying to be TikTok friendly. Don't suck his DICK tonight." I'm not gonna ever say that. She's a grown woman. If that's what she wants to do, that's on her. If she wants to risk having an STD, that's on her too. Just don't bring a child.
Okay, I'm gonna acknowledge a super chat. Snatched Adams sent $2. No, they're having more ABs
Having more
to the
ABs.
low birth rates.
Who is that? A UK person or in America? Because abortion or AB is not legal in every state. So
It's the US. That's someone from the US,
okay, well
most
that's
likely.
not true. Women are not having more ABs.
Yeah, it's
It's
dollars. Yeah, it's the US because it's dollars. Yes.
okay. Well, where I am, the state that I'm in, the state that I'm in, you're not even allowed to have an AB. So that's a lie. They don't know what they're talking about. So oof.
I think they know what they're talking about. I think it's just hard for you to swallow that pill, which is it's a lot of Fefails.
Oh, wait. I
They
think I
don't like.
understand. Wait, I think I understand. Are you saying that contraception is AB? Is that basically
No,
what
I'm
you're
not saying
saying?
contraception. No, I'm not saying that. No,
Oh.
why I say contraception, because that proves that they're trying to avoid to get pregnant because they're getting their cheeks clapped. Or you wouldn't need contraception if you're not sexually active.
Okay. I mean, I don't care what another woman is doing with her body. I really don't.
Well,
Just don't
it's
drag
interesting that
innocent
you will say
children
that.
into it.
I agree with that. But then you do care. You do care what grown adults are doing because they are dragging children in it.
I would say just don't do that because I believe in karma and all that type of stuff will come back to you. So if you want to sign up for that, that's on you. I don't care. Um,
All right, then.
she want to
Well,
be a
I
host. She a
am.
host. I don't care.
Don't say that word. Say 304, please.
304, whatever. I
See,
don't care.
well, okay. I get what you're saying. It just sounds like do whatever you want. It doesn't matter about the effects. And this is the part where this sister code, this sisterhood, I think it does more damage to the BLK community than good. Because it's like, well, let's allow them to be degenerate and not say anything about it. And I think that's a huge problem.
I've said
Because
multiple
it's
things
safe.
about it. I've said multiple things. You want me to get up here and be loud and
No,
aggressive
I don't.
and
I
all
don't.
that? That's not my personality. I'm not going to do that. So I don't
No,
really.
that's not what I want. Be yourself, of course. It's just some of your talking points are questioning, which like they're taking accountability. That to me is just completely incorrect. So
Okay.
I'm not
Well,
expecting you to be loud. Just some of your talking points, I do question. How genuine is it?
everything I said was
But
100% genuine. I didn't sugarcoat anything. That's what I think. So
yeah, and I appreciate that. I'm going to be locking off the live. And what I usually do is I'll allow everyone to have their last say. So, you can have your last say.
I had saw you on Brat's live. You know who she is?
Brat's live. Oh, goodness.
She
I
was
think
talking
I do.
about
Is she?
Tourette's. The
Oh,
the
gee.
um the guy. I
Yeah,
had saw
that was
you on
today, wasn't
there.
it?
Yeah, and I was like, I came at the very like last minute, and you didn't come with the academic source. I was like, oh, you're not gonna win against them because they are. You can't win against them, so I wouldn't go up against them again. You could try because you are smart, but you don't come with a lot of statistics. And they can come up with statistics really quickly that'll destroy you quickly. So if you want to try them, like you got to be ready.
Okay.
But yeah, you were
Let me just
saying
make
some
one.
weird stuff. You were saying weird stuff up there.
Oh, hold. I'll get there. Wait. I just want to acknowledge a super chat. Rob P sent $4.99. She is wrong about AB. They just go to other states where ABs are allowed. Do you have a response?
No, I'm not gonna speak to somebody that's. I don't. I know that happens, but they've now made it illegal to even do that. You're not allowed to cross state to get an AB. So that's another lie. I'm just, oh my gosh, it's just crazy.
Okay.
I know. You know
Okay,
what
then.
I
So
find
that.
so funny though? What I find so funny, these men that are obsessed about AB, she wouldn't have to get an AB if you didn't ejaculate inside of her. So these men talking about this, I don't really care what they think. I think a lot of men are not very smart anyways. So
I could say the same thing for these Fefails. They can't be smart letting that guy ejaculate inside you.
I just don't see why a man would have an opinion on an AB. They're the reason why she has to get it in the first place. They have no dog in this
No,
fight.
that's
And
not true. That's not true. That they are not the reason why.
yes. If
No,
you
that's not true.
he shot up in here, pew pewed in her. Now she got to get
The
an
only
AB. Now men
say
got an
pew pew.
opinion. What?
No, no,
Please.
no. The only way. Wait, let's look at this as a biological factor. The only way you can actually get pregnant if your body has released an egg, and it's only
Are
you
you
as a whole.
serious?
Yes, that is true. Yes, the only way you can get pregnant if your body releases an egg. No egg, no baby.
Yeah,
Come
in
on,
the fertilizer. The
exactly.
fertilizer.
So the woman knows when she's ovulating. She knows when her body has released an egg. So at the end of the day, the man doesn't know this. The man doesn't have control over when you ovulate. It doesn't even have an idea about that. So really,
Wow. Wait
a
a minute.
lot,
Wait a minute.
a
Wait a
lot.
minute. Wait a minute. Pause. So you're saying you think men are dumb because you don't think that men have any control over their ejaculations? Wow.
No, I'm not saying that they're dumb. What I'm saying is women have more power and control over their body to prevent
Absolutely.
getting pregnant, but they just choose not to because they're dumb.
Absolutely. Yes, but to say that a man doesn't have any control over his ejaculation, I don't know the TikTok version word is that, is some BS. So men having an opinion on AB is some BS to me. I think they're bored and they just want to argue. I don't know why men have an opinion on this.
Okay, I'm
Just
gonna
strap
acknowledge
up.
another super chat. Snatched Adams sent $2 and said, I wanted mine, but I didn't get a choice.
Okay. Well,
That
he
is
wanted his
sad.
child and he should have chose
And
better. And I know that sounds cold, but why would you
so
why
then
are you
so
dealing with
then
a
you
woman?
can't get upset. So then you can't get upset then when a man chooses not to be a part of another woman and a child.
Absolutely. Well, here, let me say this. Why would he sleep with a woman who didn't want to have kids? Was he trying to, like, why would you do that? Choose better. He wanted a
Like I
child. It
said,
sounded like she didn't.
there's more single moms than single dads out there. So what that shows you is there's more women who are making more reckless choices than men. And it seems like even the good ones still get burnt because he got burnt. So the no-ish men, they are the ones still getting burnt.
So wait, let me run this back right quick. Did you really just advocate for men to leave their children? Because you just said, "Oh, so you shouldn't get mad when the men leave." Are you really advocating for that right now? Is that really your stance?
I'm not advocating for men to leave their children. What I'm saying is that
You
a
basically
lot
just
of
gave it a
women,
thumbs
hold on.
up.
No, yeah, because it's equal right. If you get to choose not to be a mother, why doesn't he get to choose to not be a father? So you're telling me only women, only females are allowed to have the choice and men shouldn't have any choice whatsoever?
Just the way you said it, you was just like, "Oh, well, you shouldn't be mad if he leaves."
Yeah,
It's
but you shouldn't though, because women are allowed to unalive their babies and say they don't want to be mothers. And that's the point.
Well, he shouldn't ejaculate in her and wear a schmondom or however you say it on this app. They have products to prevent pregnancy. So you should expect if you're going in RAW raw, you should expect that maybe a child will happen. So
And
how
this is
about you
why I
strap
said
up
this is why I say men are just more loyal because
or
like I
wrap
said,
up, whatever?
there's more single moms than single dads. So really, the men who are actually going to be good fathers, the men who are actually going to be loyal, they don't even get a chance.
There's
But
more single moms.
all these low quality men that a lot of females love to talk about, they get the chance.
So wait,
And that's the big
don't
problem.
that the reason why there's more single moms and single dads is because there's more BLK women than BLK men. So of course there's gonna be more single mothers that are in the BLK community because there's more of us. So you bringing up that stat, you keep trying to pull a gotcha on me. There's more women in the BLK community.
Okay, that only happened recently because if you take a look at the single mom, the single mom stats, majority of single moms are between in their 30s and in their 40s. So this has
Okay.
been going on for a while. Basically, is what I'm saying. It's not just something that just happened.
There's
A
still
lot
more.
of these BOK females have been acting degenerate for a minute, all the way up into their 40s.
Okay, that's between her and God, and that's messed up, and she'll get hers, whatever. But there's more women in the community. That's why there's more single mothers. And I just solved it. So
Okay,
you don't you
no, that
can't
doesn't.
flip
No,
it. No,
no,
you
that
can't
doesn't.
flip
That
it.
doesn't change. That doesn't change anything. That doesn't change
No,
anything because
you
they could.
can't.
It could still be equal. It could still be equal. Because really think about it. Just because there's more women doesn't mean that majority of BOK men are creating single moms. That doesn't mean that. There's still a small portion of baby dads than there is majority of fatherless, well, men who are not fathers. There's still more of that. And the truth is, they should be the one who should be fathers, not the small percent who clearly don't care.
Okay. Yeah. They should be fathers. Yeah, they should date. They should treat a BLK woman nicely, seduce her, woo her, and then get on one knee.
Oh,
And we would be
please.
fine. We would be fine. That's
No, that
they need to be
that is not
gentlemen.
happening. No, you can't be a gentleman to someone that's masculine and in her soft girl era.
Okay. I don't know. I don't really. You said you're about to get off, so I'll let you go.
Yeah.
I have to go attend to something.
It was
I'm done. This was a
it
good
was lovely
conversation.
talking to you.
It was a good conversation. I somebody's not being honest, and
that's you.
no, it's you. You never once said during our debate that, oh, I agree with you. You know, I made some really good points, and you just never wanted to concede to anything that I said, which is dishonest.
Okay.
But
Hold
it's
on,
all
hold
good.
on. I'm just gonna acknowledge a super chat real quick. Snatched Adams sent $5. She changed her mind 2 months in. I begged her to have the baby and I'll raise it alone. She told me no, it's her body, not mine. Save yourself, black BLK men. And
Okay.
they don't talk about the other side of things. It's easy for a lot of women, BLK women, to say, these men ain't ish. These men ain't men that want to stay. The men that actually did want to do right. That's why I say majority are the ones who are ruining relationships. Majority are the ones who are destroying families. But I know, as a woman, a BLK one, it's going to be hard for you to really acknowledge that. I get it.
Can I respond?
Do you want to have any
that?
last words quickly? Yes.
This is my last word.
ahead.
I'll say this, and I'm really not trying to be insensitive, but okay, he lost his child. That's terrible, but and I'm not trying to be rude or anything, but just the history of women. Do you know how many women had to have children that they didn't want to have? So it's very hard for me to feel bad for men. It really is. You know how many women had children that they didn't want to have, underage girls, or married off to older men? So I'm not going to say I don't care. I feel terrible that happened, but come on. With the history of women and men, oh, well, that's all I got to say, because that's what they said to us. So that's it.
See, this is why I say projection, because you blame a lot of what I find with a lot of BLK Fefails is what they do is they will project what bad men do, and say they all are doing it.
I didn't say that they're all. I said I feel very sorry for him, but I'm saying with the history of women and everything, and it's still going on in some countries, young girls that are 13 have to get married off to an older man. They get pregnant and all this type of stuff. So men crying and all that type of stuff. I don't really.
You would. This is why I say BLK Fefails don't take accountability.
And you know what they say to us?
They
say choose better. He chose a Pookie and Ray woman. He should have chose better.
You project a lot of things that other men do and did to majority of BLK men, and I just don't think that's fair.
I never said the majority. I've never said that.
But that's your mindset. That's literally your mentality. You brought up all the worst atrocities that happened to this one
It's
person.
still happening today, where little young girls are
But what
getting
does that
married
have
off
to
to
do with
old,
him? What does
disgusting
that have to
men.
do with this? What does this have to do with this one person experience?
All I'm saying is they've been cold to us. Pick better. They've left the BLK woman, single mothers. They've been ice cold to us. So now I'm supposed to have this big warm heart. No, I'm gonna say the same thing. He should have picked better. He picked a Pukisha and a Ray Raysha. He should
This
have
this
picked
is why
better.
I say, you see, you just proved to me BLK females never want to submit to that. I'm not saying
I
submit to
submit
him.
to
I'm
mine.
not saying submit to him. Hold on, no. What I'm saying is this mentality of BLK men are cold, BLK men are this, BLK men are that. You are strongly against your own kind.
That's not true. They've been ice cold, and you know it. That's why women, Black BLK women, had to be so strong and masculine, because they were being treated not nicely. So of course they're gonna start
No.
acting like you say, masculine. So this dude, he lost his the baby 2 months in. Oh well, he should have picked better. That's the energy that they give us. So
That's
come on.
crazy.
You
I'm
said
sorry that
equal,
he
this
has to
is
hear
equal
that.
rights. And I feel terrible that this happened to him. But again,
No, you don't.
the countless women that had to get married off at 12 years old, and it has some sick FUCK marry her and get her pregnant. So I don't really
You're talking
care.
about something that has nothing to do with this, but let me just acknowledge the
I'm
super
talking about
chat real
women as a
quick.
whole. You don't like women,
I
and I
know.
understand that. But
I
I
never
do.
said that. I never said I dislike women. Don't say I said that. I don't. I just don't like degenerate behavior.
Okay.
Big
Well,
difference.
I love women, not all of them. And I love black men. I love the black kings, the real ones.
Say be
Um,
okay. No, you don't. You don't.
I
Don't
do.
lie.
I do. Just okay. Okay. If you love somebody, does that you're gonna tell them when they're doing something wrong, or when they're being rude, or when they're being mean, so that they
Yeah,
can
but
change
you
and be
don't
a better
you don't tell
person?
but you don't tell BOK women when they do something wrong. So you don't love them then.
You keep doing this. I told
I
you.
don't.
I
Let
pointed
me
out many
1 second.
times.
Let me just acknowledge the super chat real quick. So Snatched Adams sent $5 and said, "So my baby had to pay a punitive damage because of emotions and stuff. Would you feel more sorry if I was Asian?"
And here's another thing. This is not the internet, and I don't know why people keep doing this in our generation. The internet is not a place for therapy. If he needs to go to therapy about the situation, he sounds traumatized. Sir, please go to therapy and
It
seek
is a
help.
traumatizing situation. It
It
is.
is.
I mean,
And the internet
yeah,
is
but
not
then
the place
you
to talk
see
about that.
that you can't say that because when you first came on, you started talking about how your mom was mentally AB.
Yeah, and I gave a small anecdotal and I stopped bringing it up.
It
But
doesn't. Yeah,
AB,
because I told you not to.
he's talking about the unaliving of a child on the internet, and it's I feel terrible that happened for him. It sounds like he really wanted to be a father, and he still can be a
The
father.
truth is,
Believe in God. Go get
if he
therapy and
was
find
if he
your
was
wife.
any other nation, the truth is, if he was any other nation, you would have more sympathy for him. That's the truth.
I don't
And
care if he was
and
white
and
tea,
that's a
Asian,
lie.
Indian.
And that's what you get with a lot of BOK females is this is how they treat BOK men overall.
No,
This is how they
I don't
treat
care.
them.
I didn't even when you read the super chat, I didn't even assume he was BLK. You just told me he was a BLK. I didn't know he was BLK.
I mean, look at it. Well, from the perspective he's talking from, it does sound like a BLK man.
How can you read something and tell that it's a BLK man? I didn't know he was BLK. I'm not just mean to BLK men.
He's defending BLK man, you know, to that extent where he's sharing his personal experiences. That's coming from a real place.
Okay, so what? Who cares? He needs to seek therapy. I hope he gets the help that he needs.
You have a very strong disdain for BLK man. You do.
I don't.
Yeah,
You know
you
what?
do.
You know what? I'll say this.
You know,
I'm disappointed by how the community looks as a whole. I'm disappointed that young BLK men are called YNs. That breaks my heart. I wish that BLK men were called the smartest in the country, but they're called YNs. So I'm disappointed with black men as a whole. Absolutely. Absolutely
I'm just gonna
disappointed in
acknowledge.
my father. I'm disappointed in my friends' fathers. My friend didn't have any fathers growing up. The boys that I dated in middle school and high school, none of my boyfriends have fathers. So yeah, I'm disappointed. Absolutely, and I have a right to be
Okay,
disappointed.
I'm just gonna acknowledge some super chat. Snatched Adam said $2, said foundational BOK American man. So he's just telling you where he's from. So he's a foundational BOK American man.
And I hope he finds his foundationally be a Black American woman, if that's who he wants to be with. I really hope he finds his happily ever after, gets that child. I want good for him. I don't hate him. I don't
Okay,
hate
just
him.
gonna acknowledge another. I'm gonna acknowledge another super chat. Thero sent $10. Here in the Philippines, the women are the breadwinners. It is a matriarchal society, but yet they still maintain their femininity and are submissive. So BOK women cannot use that excuse.
Well, that's funny because I
I did
actually
not
have an
know that.
anecdote on a Filipino woman, but I won't go into that because then we're gonna go on and on and on. I knew this BLK boy who dated a Filipino woman, and the cops got called, and she took a key and destroyed his car. So if that's submissive, I don't know, because me as a BLK woman,
But
I've
let's
never
be
keyed
real.
somebody's car.
Let's be real. Majority of them are submissive.
I don't know. I don't know that. I don't have the anecdote on it. I don't live in the Philippines, and I don't speak whatever language they speak. I don't care. I really don't care. BLK women, we're tired of being the matriarch. We don't want to do it. If BLK men, they like to prance around saying how they're so strong, they're athletic, and they're the most, they got the most muscle mass. Okay, then show it in the community. Damn it, we don't care anymore that you do it on the court.
Honestly, it sounds like you're very angry at BOK, man.
I'm not angry. I'm not. I just told you I'm disappointed.
I'm saying it sounds. It sounds like it. Not saying you are.
I'm
I'm saying it sounds like it.
disappointed. I'm disappointed.
But you're not
That's
disappointed in
it.
BOK. But you're not disappointed in BOK Fefails. That silence is
well,
that silence is disappointing. That
no,
silence is
no.
disappointing.
No, I am. You know what? I am because you know what? BLK women, I think there was a point where we didn't know our worth. Because women world and man world is very different when it comes to like beauty and things like that. I don't think BLK women felt beautiful, and so they just settled. I think that they were compared to the Eurocentric beauty standard and all this type of stuff. They just didn't feel beautiful. They didn't feel girly enough, good enough. So they just settled for any Tom, Dick, and Harry. But
Oh my God.
BLK women, we're standing
it's
up
like
now.
when you up.
We know
do you
we're
know what's
beautiful
crazy?
now, and we're not gonna stop.
Is
so.
when you talk about BOK men, you just bash them. But when you talk about BOK women, you uplift them.
Because the leaders
something
already
to
explained this to
hear.
you. When you go to a restaurant, I already explained this to you. I understand you're going to keep going back to the women, but listen to what I'm saying. When you go to a
Okay, hold on.
restaurant
Let me
and
just
your food is messed up, you want to talk to the manager. They're the
one
manager.
second. Sorry, I'm just going to acknowledge a super chat. Thera said, "I'm in the Philippines and I am a BOK man from America."
Good for him. Why? Okay, so why are you watching content about BLK women and all this type of stuff? Go be in the Philippines.
Oh, you can't say that. That doesn't even make any sense.
Go sip pina coladas. We don't care.
How could you say he shouldn't care about his own people?
I don't know why he had to share that he was in the Philippines. We don't care
because he's letting you know that what he's saying is not just and it's something that he's experiencing. He's there now and he's seeing what the women are like.
Well, great. Well, do what most BLK men don't do and marry her. Go ahead and marry a Filipino woman because y'all don't do that a lot. So go ahead. While you're over there, marry somebody. Get on
this is
one
why I
knee.
say you're angry. This is why I say you're angry.
No, I'm just saying, marry. So what? You're in the Philippines. Are you going to marry a Filipino woman, please? Or are you going to get her knocked up and then come back to the States? Marry her.
If you take a look at the stats, they are getting married more and they have the lowest single mom rate. So yeah, most likely he might.
Amazing. Great. So what? Why? I don't understand why. Who
That should
cares?
be
Like,
embarrassing.
it's a different
That should
culture.
be that should be embarrassing that your own men don't even want you.
You could argue that BLK women don't want BLK men, or who cares? Like, yeah, interracial dating. I've dated outside my race too. That doesn't mean that I didn't want BLK men. It just means that I was dating a Puerto Rican at the time. That didn't mean that I was not attracted to black men, BLK men. That doesn't. How is
Okay
that a
then.
like? I've dated outside my race. I don't think I was wrong for doing that, but
All right. Well, okay. Go on. Give me one more last thought.
that's it. Because we've said this
Okay,
4
that's your
times.
thoughts. Okay then. All right. Well, I want to thank everyone that has joined me today's live. I appreciate every single one of you. Thank you to everyone on TikTok. Thank you to all the gifts. Thank you to the super chats. Thank you to everyone on YouTube.
Wait, Bullmaster said, and he didn't want to marry you, the Puerto Rican guy. He had daddy issues, and we both. I learned that I needed therapy
Okay.
in that relationship because we both. He had daddy issues, and I had mommy issues, and I.
It's okay. It's
No,
all
I'm
right.
just
Don't
saying. I'm
worry.
just saying that relationship was a blessing because I was like, wow, I need therapy. It was the first time I really realized I need therapy. But anyways, all right, that's it. Thank you so much. This was fun. Bye.
Okay, thank you for coming up. And yeah, once again, thank you to everyone. What are my last thoughts? Single moms are the least desired. You already know they are, and they always will be. And I know it's hard for a lot of Fefails, BOK Fefails to acknowledge that and accept that they are failing. BOK Fefails are failing. That's something that a lot of them don't want to acknowledge. But until they do, nothing will change. And that's why I don't believe anything will change, because they're comfortable in their degeneracy and they believe that it takes the man to have to change them. But that's not how reality works. So yes, once again, I want to thank every single one of you. I appreciate you. I will be going live again tomorrow. So definitely keep an eye out the same time. So yeah, thank you. I appreciate you. Thank you, John Smith. This was a great live. Keep them coming. I definitely will. And yeah, see you tomorrow, I guess. All right. Have a good day and a good night. Bye, TikTok, and bye, YouTube. Bye.